Fantastic. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you all so very much for being here, because you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I appreciate you. With that being said, let's make sure that we are doing all of the good things, guys. That means that we are tapping the screen, sharing the live, we're reposting. All right. We're also, what else are we going to be doing? We're knocking out our gift goals over here on the TikTok. And if you're over on the tube, hi tubers. I figured today I would surprise you with being on time. Yes. Figured I'd do it. So I did it. I was like, oh, I'm going to be on time one day. All right. Don't expect this tomorrow. Now, with that being said, tubers, hi. Make sure you're doing all the good things, guys. Make sure you are liking the stream, subscribing. Also, keep that comment section going on both ends. All right. Thank you all so very much. All right. Over here on TikTok, let's go ahead and knock out our first penny goal. Let's get this on the FYP page so that we can have these conversations. All right. I do want to make a disclaimer while we are getting started. Actually, I'll wait till the music over. So, Trump supporters, go ahead, request up. You're the demographic of people that I am looking to have a conversation with. All right. If you're over on TikTok, you can look at the bottom of your screen and you can make the blue and pink person gray. And if you are over on the tube, by all means, go ahead and you can call the number on your screen, which is 720-295-4868. Again, that's 720-295-4868. All right. Again, thank you all so much for being here. And if you would like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. And I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. Again, thank you guys for your kindness, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. With that being said, let's go ahead and get her started. I'm kidding. Let the music play. So much to talk about. I tell you. Are y'all ready to have fun today? Yesterday was shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Yesterday was shit. Today we're gonna have fun. All right, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna try that whole thing where I'm nice, and we're just gonna have to go from there. All right, we'll have to see what happens, guys. Looking forward to it. And I'm gonna have to tell the demons, get thee away from me, Satan. I rebuke thee. All right, in the name of Black Jesus, I rebuke thee. All right. Okay, so here's my disclaimer today. Seriously, guys, I am actually extremely sick and tired. Hey, Ashby, I am sick and tired of racist people, like racist white folks. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not doing it. All right. I'm going back to my rule. Okay. I am. All right. I'm not explaining Black trauma. I'm not explaining race and racism. All right. White supremacy. I'm not explaining all of those things to white folks who are just going to say, nuh-uh. All right, because there's no way in the world that you can ask someone to educate you on something, and then when they educate you on it, you say, nuh-uh. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Okay, so with that being said, I'm not entertaining those people. That's all that there is to it. All right, if they can't give me, all right, a actual definition and the functionality of race and racism within our society, I cannot engage in a conversation with them, because it means that they've never read anything and they are literally just calling here to be inflammatory and to rage bait. And I'm not dealing with it. That's what I have decided. So if that means less YouTube phone calls, then by all means, I don't give a fuck. All right. All right. My peace, my sanity, all right, and the emotional well-being of my people, all right, is of utmost importance. Our trauma, all right, what we deal with, what we have dealt with, all right, is not for your entertainment. So there's that part. Anywho, with that being said, again, please only request up if you are in fact a Trump supporter. All right, go ahead and get in a box. You are the demographic of people, all right, that I am looking to have a conversation with. And if you're over on the tube, you can call the number that is on your screen, 720-295-4868. All right. As you guys can see here, look, I voted. It's over here. Yeah. I voted. Yay. So the Arizona state primary is tomorrow, July 21st. All right. And go out and vote. All right. Go out and vote. The way that Arizona does it is we do it by party. So your ballot will only have your party up there. So that's why in Arizona, you do have to register as a Democrat or as a Republican if you want to participate in the primary. So there's that. And get out, go vote. Mail-in voting, I believe, is ended today. I think so. If not, like Friday, because it has to be postmarked. So go to your local polling station. If you're in my Discord in the midterms channel, I did post where you can go find your local polling station. So that way you'll be able to actually participate in the process. The polls, I believe, are open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So please, please, please go get out. Don't take my word for it. Just go verify it, please. You can go to the Secretary of State. You can go to Ballotpedia. You have so many, and even Maricopa County elections, like their webpage will give you all the information that you need. So by all means, or your local county, I should say, I live in Maricopa County. So go out and definitely participate in the civic process and get to voting. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull up our first guest here. As you all know, I am trying to multitask, and am I the best at it? Not necessarily. No, I'm not. I'm not. But I do want to say thank you before we begin, guys. We are still in League B2, which is fantastic. So thank you all so very much for the support and trying to clear out that gift gallery last week. We're still on the journey to League B1. So if you take a look in the left-hand corner of your screen, you see my name. First things first, if you're not following me, do so. All right. I appreciate you. And additionally, if you take a look at the B2 gift gallery, if you see something there that you want to become the title gifter of, by all means do so. I appreciate you. And we're going to take a look at the guest request and see what we have. Melania 2028 is wild. Melania 2028 is crazy. At symbol ampersand. Okay, you left. This person said
Melania 2028.
This is a child. Okay, all right. Bye, child. Yeah, they're not going to vote for a woman. So there's that part. I don't know what Melania is fitting to do. I don't know, friend. Okay, this person isn't loading, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and remove them. Hockey, if you want to re-request, you can. Okay, let me pull up something here. Thank you, guys. You're a child. No, go. Kids keep requesting up. Not in the mood. All right, Discord. I wanted to show you something I sent myself. There's a few different things. You know, Mike Lindell, he's running for governor in Minnesota. And with him, all right, running for governor, the thing is that they found out that he isn't even registered to vote in Minnesota. He's registered to vote in Texas. He's registered to vote in Texas. So, like, how is he even supposed to vote for himself if he lives in fucking Texas? So, like, what is happening? And then also another thing is that there's this guy named Michael Alfonso who is Sean Duffy. Sean Duffy is the transportation secretary, right? That's his son-in-law, Michael Alfonso. And Michael Alfonso is running for the House of Representatives in the 7th District out in Wisconsin. And the thing is that he's registered in 2 different states. Because they came up with the fact that he wasn't registered in Wisconsin, that his registration shows as active in Florida. So he went and registered himself in Wisconsin, and he used his in-laws' address in Wisconsin. all right, as his residence. But he's never voted in Wisconsin, yet he is running out there. And of course, just like Lindell, he has Trump's endorsement. The fuck are we doing? They don't live in these places. Why is it that they want to represent them? They're just putting their little plants everywhere. And then also, just before we got started, what's her name? Is her name Denise or Darlene? It's Darlene. Darlene Graham, all right, Lindsey Graham's sister that they, selected to replace him as senator. She has decided that she is going to run for senator. She's going to run for South Carolina state senator this upcoming November, but she still has to make it through the primary. So the Republican primary will be held. They'll do a special primary. And what will happen is whoever wins will be the person that's on the ballot. And again, she has Trump's endorsement. That's concerning because she doesn't have any political experience whatsoever. None. And so what is she going to be running? What is she going to do? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, what exactly is it that she is going to do? Absolutely the fuck nothing. So I don't know. Also, in other news that I thought was pretty wicked, and I think I do want to show you this one. Remember when Pete Hegseth said that he was going to start screening soldiers and whatnot, the military people for low testosterone, right? Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm going to read this. This is coming from Here I See Heresy, which is an IG page. All right. And you can verify all of this information by looking at the New York Stock Exchange. All right. The sources come from CNBC, Sportico, Forbes, FDA, PBS, all of it. They have it. So here's the dealio. I thought this was pretty fucking interesting. If I can make it work, because this thing keeps doing this here. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to read it. On July 15, 2026, Hegseth announced mandatory annual testosterone screening for all service members over 30 and that service members can choose to undergo testosterone replacement therapy. A commenter asked if Trump's kids have a testosterone company. The answer is very interesting. Donald Trump Jr.'s investment firm, 1789 Capital, co-led the Series B funding round for Enhanced Group. Enhanced Group is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under ticker ENHA. It was valued at $1.2 billion. Its entire business model is selling testosterone injections, peptides, and performance supplements directly to consumers through a telehealth platform. The competition it runs, the Enhanced Games, is the marketing engine. The product is the product. Now, the policy timeline. In April 2026, the FDA moved to expand access to testosterone replacement therapy after decades of restricting it. I remember when they did that. In early July 2026, Human Health and Services under RFK Jr. proposed further loosening restrictions. On July 15th of 2026, Hegseth announced mandatory annual testosterone screening for all service members over 30. The FDA clears the regulatory path. The Pentagon creates the demand pipeline. The president's son is invested in a company that sells the product. Now, they're not making the claim that this is all connected, but I am. I totally am. Like, fuck yeah. This is all connected. It's just another way for them to make money. That's it. It's just another way to fill their pockets. Hey, we legit, I think when Hector and I talked about this on Fun and Facts last Wednesday, all right, again, it's just another way for them to make money, some way, somehow. And nobody's going to stop them. Nobody. Who going to stop them? Congress isn't going to stop them. You're absolutely right, Secret Squirrel. Nope, no corruption whatsoever. None. Corruption doesn't exist in this administration. This is the most transparent administration ever. Wink, wink. Jesus Christ, bruh. What are we doing at this point? What is the purpose? What are we doing? Like another thing is that I'm pretty sure that you all know that Trump Media and Technology Group, so TMTG, which houses his True Social network, they decided last week that they're going to do an API that is going to give people in Wall Street, bankers, and other institutions faster, quicker access, like access within milliseconds, and also like a preview of Trump tweets and also 9 other top accounts on True Social. Because what they said is that Trump moves markets. He moves markets. His posts have been known to influence the stock market. That's what they say. And so they are giving Wall Street investors and bankers, all right, premium access for $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month, guys. All right. Giving them access to Trump's tweets. So of course they can do their trades and whatnot earlier. Is that not insider trading? Is that not market manipulation also? What is how? And the crazy thing is that because we can't seem to get through the friggin' racism of these damn phone calls, all right, or the guests that come up here, we haven't been able to even have a darn gone conversation about it to see where Trump supporters actually stand on it. Because all they want to do is call in, or all they want to do is request up and immediately get to the misogyny and the racism. There used to be a day where you could actually talk to Republicans about policy. You could talk to Republicans about policy. You can't talk to them about policy anymore. You simply can't. You just can't. And the ones who claim to be like, I'm not MAGA, I'm a conservative, like those guys, oh my gosh, they truly want to do the fucking racism. They call in and they try to do like the benevolent thing, pretend that they want to have a conversation, and then immediately get dismissive, offended, and they start labeling, and it's a wrap from there. It's a disgusting thing that we have to deal with. Just Anywho, I'm just going to see if this guest will say something smart. I'm going to be nice today, guys. I'm going to approach every single conversation like it's brand new. Hi, Supervision. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, ma'am.
And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 31 years young.
Okay. All right. And what do you think about Donald Trump giving immediate access to his tweets or his posts to investors and stock market people? What do you think about that?
I think it's modern day business.
You don't think that is insider trading?
No.
Wait, do you think that the president of the United States of America does in fact influence the market?
To an extent, but it wouldn't be insider trading if he's doing it publicly.
It wouldn't be insider trading if he's doing it publicly. So does that make it okay that he's doing it publicly?
Yeah, because it debunks the reason to being inside trading.
You have a lot going on in your background, friend.
Excuse me.
Are you able to go
But
somewhere that's quieter?
yes, is it quieter now?
Oh gosh, where were you gonna? How about to say something? I'm not gonna do it. Okay, so do you find it to be corrupt, any type of corruption or anything of that nature? Just want to like know your thoughts on it.
I mean, it might be frowned upon, but it's not illegal or corrupt.
Okay, so because it's not illegal or corrupt, it means that he can do it.
Right? There's nothing stating that he can't.
Nothing stating that he can't. Okay, all right. So just because it's nothing stating that he can't, it means that he can. Okay, I get it. All right, so you pretty much
And
are
if
like a letter of the law type of person then.
I'm just saying though, just because things seem immoral to you doesn't mean that it's wrong.
I'm not talking about immoral. I'm not talking about morality.
So what is it? If by him posting things on his Twitter,
Also, are you
what
eating?
are you offended
Are
about?
you eating?
No, I was, but by him posting that on Twitter, how does that offend you?
What do you mean? How does it offend me?
Right? Why is it a subject?
The president shouldn't be making money, all right, off of basically the stock market while he's president. That's the whole thing. He shouldn't be making money off of it. And then also another thing, because he is the president, the thing is
Mhm.
that his policies and even down to his words do impact the market. We saw that, of course, last year. And even we saw it this year when he purchased stock in one of the weight loss drugs, and he actually gets on a platform and says that he loves that company, and then we see that their stock goes up. I
Okay.
it's corruption.
That's corruption, or is it
It
good business?
is corruption, friend, because he's the president. His voice is spreads far and wide.
I can agree with that.
What are you?
But I gotta go. See that bell right there was for me to get back to work.
Oh God! Please do. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jesus Christ! Why is he still here? Okay, I'll do you the honors so you can take a screenshot of you being dropped. Weirdos. Anywho, I'm sorry. Ah, yeah. Good God. Layla, are you a Trump supporter?
So my dad is.
Only request up if you are in fact an adult. All right. Only request up if you're an adult. Okay. Thank you very much. If you want your grandparents or your parents to do any type of debating or debate, okay, just have them request up or have them call in. I don't have to talk to you first. Hey, Hector, what's up?
I'm an adult.
You're an adult? Do you what? Not today. No, no, not today. Not doing it. Not doing
I
it.
want to say two things real quick. Then I'm gonna go back down because they seem scared enough. Um, Thing number one, that is a beautiful top. I like that top. It's very nice.
It's actually a dress.
Oh, excuse me,
Hmm.
bad and bougie.
Yeah.
Secondly, I have a theory. There's no such thing as a Republican anymore. Republicans don't exist. There's only
Oh,
the MAGA
fair.
party.
Fair enough. I can agree with you on that one. Yeah.
And
This
if
is good.
Republicans do exist, they're awfully quiet
Mm-hmm.
because they kind of voted for this.
Yep.
That's my belief.
Yep. And then
If the
they
people
don't
who
have
call
any
in
way
are
to
unstable,
actually to justify this nonsense. Hmm.
and that's exactly why they don't.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
That's my thought.
Tell the people to tap the screen,
Hey
please.
people, tap the screen. I sent like 1,000 taps a few minutes ago, and I've been
Hector.
consistently going since. So please make sure that you're doing all the good things. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. Also, with all the people in here, we can get the shares up to 50, 100. Let's share out the live with your friends and family. Make sure you're getting out to as many people as possible. Send your daily heartbeats. Become a part of the fan club. We cool over here, and do everything else.
Yay. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Stanley, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
25.
Okay. And why are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah, basically my gut feeling says if I don't, something bad is gonna happen to me.
If you don't, something bad is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Who's going to do something
So
bad to you?
like like sort of like external. It's hard to explain, but like your gut tells you something. It's like, yeah, you should probably do that because like something bad could happen to you. Like you could get like hit by a truck because of like karma. You know what I mean? So it's like you do something bad or like you like something bad might happen to me and I don't want something bad to happen to me. So I kind of have to. I mean, I'm kind of stuck here. So you know, yeah.
So it's possible that you might need to seek therapy or something.
Yeah, I've heard that response quite a few times, and
Have you
most
sought
therapists
therapy?
they don't like me. So,
Because what you said doesn't make any sense. So, like,
well, it doesn't
you
make
when
sense
you
to
went to go
you.
vote for Donald Trump, you just thought about like if I don't vote for Trump, something bad's gonna happen.
Exactly.
That's
So
exactly
you
it. So
understand it, right?
you didn't think about any policy or anything of that nature.
I mean, like I read up on it, right? And it's like,
What did
well,
you read up on?
I think I watched like half of the Agenda 47 videos.
Boss lady, are you a Trump supporter? Boss lady, going once. Boss lady going twice. All right. Boss lady didn't mean to come up.
Good sir, did you happen to hear a voice in your head in the voting booth?
No, there was not a voice in my head, but like, you know, you have a
Hello?
feeling that something bad will happen to you if you don't do something.
Okay, sure. Paige, are you a Trump supporter?
So
I'm on the
won.
borderline about it, but I'd like to debate abortion with you.
You like to? How old are you?
I am 18.
So does this mean I won here?
What did you win?
I won the debate because you refused to
Hello.
engage with my argument, therefore I
There's no
won.
debate. You don't get to debate someone's opinion, silly pants. You guys are ridiculous. Matthew, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
35.
All right, Matthew, do you have the ability to actually debate policy to engage in productive conversation?
Notice how you had to move the goalpost because I win. Can we get some W Stanleys in chat? I have my
This is why we don't do this.
Bro wanted to speech with a gut feeling. What?
You want me to debate like how you feel on the inside? I'm supposed to debate your fifis and your tum tum. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's so silly, silly work. But
Can't
Matthew,
stop this feeling.
Hector's leaning in today. I'm okay with it. Matthew, quick question. I'm being very serious here because you can see that we get a lot of trolls. Are you able to engage in debate about actual policy?
Yes.
You are? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said you were 35?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Matthew, why are you still supporting Trump?
Because I'm originally from Mexico, and I came in legally, and I did the right thing, and so did some of my family members. We were waiting for a long time, and now I live in Alabama, and I claim I'm from Alabama because half these people that I knew in Mexico, they're not acting the way that they used to, because they're coming in and they weren't raised that way. They weren't raised to come in here and hop over borders and do illegal stuff. And that's why I voted for him, because so he can stop all of this. And that's why I voted for him, because I like his border laws. Like, I like his immigration policies. Like he knows what he's doing on this.
Okay, so what would be some of those immigration policies? Like, give us one to go off of.
I can pull you up one right now.
Okay. Guys, keep tapping the screen, sharing the live, keep doing all of the good things. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Also, let's thank you for knocking out the I love you so much. I appreciate you all. I'll go ahead and reset the gift code. Also, if you're not following me, look in the top left-hand corner of your screen and make sure you tap that follow button. Also, if you're not following Hector Talks down here, make sure you're following Hector too. And let's keep doing all of the good things. And tubers, make sure that you are liking the stream, I always say that, liking the stream and also subscribing. Y'all are appreciated. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Matthew.
Okay. Hold up. I got it right here.
Okay.
I got it.
You know what I don't like, Erica, while he's pulling that up?
What's that?
You ever wanted to go somewhere and you looked up the hours of the place and you were within the window of the hours of the place that was shown on Google and it said it was updated recently, so you know you're good. And then you drive to the place and they go like, we're closed. I don't like that policy. That's why I don't like the Trump administration's immigration policy.
That's okay.
So the immigration
recent Supreme Court ruling with the definitions of asylum, whether you're here or coming, and they changed it.
They did change it.
So, Immigration and Internationally Act (NIA) it's a policy to the United States that executes these laws, and I heavily agree with that. And that's one thing that I liked that he was going for. because over the last 4 years, Biden's administration invited and a bunch of illegal immigrants into our country, and they crossed our borders, and they were permitted to fly directly into the United States on commercial flights,
What?
and were allowed to settle in American community.
Where the invite at?
Yeah, if you invite someone into the country, all right, depending on where they're from, that's typically called a refugee. It's similar to what Donald Trump is doing by inviting South Africaners, white South Africaners, into the United States of America. Recently, taking the number up from 7,500 refugees up to 17,500 refugees. So he's inviting people into the country
So, well,
also.
yeah. But my thing is, those people aren't causing a havoc. Many of these immigrants are significant threats to our nation
I'm so
and the
sorry.
public safety.
If you say that someone is causing havoc, first of all, you would have to say, what are you talking about when you say havoc? Be more explicit. All right. And then also, you'd have to have something to back that up with. So go on, back it up.
So, like I'm reading from the source that I have from WhiteHouse.gov
That's not a source, friend.
on his act.
That's not a
Okay.
source, friend.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's not a valid source.
What do you want?
because
Clinton News
your
Network?
house-
Clinton News Network works for you?
You don't have to interrupt me. I just letting you know that's not a valid source because of the simple fact that that is controlled by Trump's team, his publicity team, his PR team, public relations. Okay, so that information
That doesn't have anything to do with it.
it actually does. It's going to be skewed.
His PR team is putting out facts, so you guys are trying to dismantle that. Oh yeah, you had to think about it because Matthew's right.
Matthew, let me give you an example. I can pull up a source from the White House under the Biden administration that's talking about all the things they did to secure the border. And you would contest me because you would say the border's not secure, correct?
It wasn't secure. Yes.
But it came from the Biden's White House, though.
What?
It came from Biden's White House. It was on his White House when Biden was in the White House.
So the difference between Trump and Biden is one's a liar and one's a truther.
One's a liar and one is a truther.
Yeah, and you obviously know this one.
Truther. So the person who was found to have stated over 30,000 falsehoods in his first term is a truther, and the person who has actually been found criminally liable, like he was convicted of fraud. That person.
Oh wow! So
is a
those
truther,
things in New
and
York.
Also, a person who was found.
Let's talk about the things in New York then.
Liable. All right. All right, sir, let's be very honest. You came up here and you said that you could actually debate policy. So I thought that you were going to be able to give us something that we could work with here. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I am.
how about you can take a moment. All right. And what you can do is you can give us the name, all right, of Donald Trump's actual policy in regards to immigration, and we can discuss it.
Okay, so before we do that, I'm willing to touch on you brought up his 34 count, right?
We don't have to go into that because that's not the conversation.
No, why'd you bring it up then if it's not a part of the conversation?
To you saying that he's a truther, he's a known liar.
He is a truther.
So
how is he a liar? What? Name me one source where he's lied about.
Unless you are ready to concede, all right, that WhiteHouse.gov is not a valid source, then we're not moving on.
One thing that I've learned, I'll never concede to a Democrat. It's one thing I've learned.
And at this point, we're not pivoting. So by all means, sir, try something else.
Okay, so what's wrong? Okay, I'll bring you another source since you don't think WhiteHouse.gov is good. Got you.
Thank you. I want to know the havoc, and then I want you to back up the claim. That's all we've been asking you to do this entire time.
I just want the dots to connect. Last I checked, falsifying records would be not an example of honesty and truthfulness, but anyway. Havoc, find that, please.
Anywho, jeez Louise. Okay, I just really
Does
want to.
Congress.gov work for you?
What are you using? Okay, where are you going at Congress.gov? Because I
On
know
how
it's.
Biden's policies fueled the border crisis.
I'm gonna pull it up for everybody to see. So
Yeah, this is coming from the director of the Border Security and Immigration Center at the Heritage Foundation. So this should be a good source for you. So here you go. Oh, wow. Look,
the
she's like,
heritage?
oh, Matthew's getting the right sources. Oh,
What's the
what to
Heritage
do.
Foundation?
What?
What is the Heritage Foundation?
Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked me this because I couldn't tell you right from my heart, and I'm glad you asked me this. So can you tell me what the Heritage Foundation is?
Yeah, the Heritage Foundation is a right-leaning conservative think tank. They typically post, share inaccurate information,
So
unfortunately.
is I guess no sources work for you then. Okay, got
Sources
it.
do
So
work for
I'm
us.
not gonna have a debate with you if you're just gonna continue to
Sources do work.
deny any source.
You can use the Cato Institute, which is a right-leaning libertarian think tank. You can do that. You can also use different institutions, like you can use I don't know, Harvard, Yale, they do studies. You can use NIH. PubMed is a good one. What's another good place to get information from? Let me see. Reuters also is centered. You can use AP. You can use news articles, so on and so forth. It just
So
depends on the news site. So
during a presidential primary campaign debate in 2019, Joe Biden said he would make sure we immediately surge to the border. All those people seeking asylum, they deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. In January 2020, Biden tweeted that he would end the Remain in Mexico program on day one. In an August 2020 media interview, Biden said there would not be another foot of wall constructed by my administration. Then, once Biden was sworn in as president, he wasted no time unleashing his open border agenda on the first day of his administration. Biden began halting effective immediate immigration enforcement and anti-fraud measures. His order includes stopping construction of the border wall system.
Hey, I want to address your first point really quick.
So Biden
I
seems to
to
be
say
the
we
liar
have
here in this
been
situation.
Mexico. Go ahead, Hector.
What? Yeah, go ahead, Hector.
Which you made. We have a legal process here where you can claim asylum for all the things you just cited that Joe Biden did. So that's not him requesting people to cross the border illegally. That's him saying if you are fleeing persecution, violence from government or otherwise, you can come here. We have a legal process that vets your claims. So nice try. Erica got the rest.
He lied in that whole statement. After all those statements that he said to the media, he said to the country. Then he went on to spread his open border agenda. You know, the whole country goes south. So I mean, what are we talking about, Hector?
Hold on. So are you saying that people can't come here to seek asylum? I'm confused.
Repeat that for me.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that people can't come here to seek asylum?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what is it that you're saying then?
I'm saying that he lied to the country about having a closed border, and he on open day, on his first day in office, he went and had an open border. So it's like, why are you lying to us as a country? I mean, I don't care. Like I'm a MAGA guy, and I won't lie. But if this president wins, I'm gonna be like, hey, just go in and do the right thing at this point. And he didn't do the right thing, so that's why I don't like him. And he was racist, saying the N word. If you don't vote for me, you're not black, and if you don't vote for me, you're not Mexican.
You
I'm like,
don't have to gish gallop, bro. Like, stick to one point. You just stick to one point. All right. You don't have to like pick up steam with your horse. Whoa. Okay. Slow down. Okay. So what it is that you're saying, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know exactly what it is that you're saying because our borders were never open or closed in a sense.
To accept.
Hi, caller. Please hold for just a moment. There's someone on the panel. Thank you. Okay. Our borders are our borders. People can come in to the country, people can go out of the country. Okay. That's just what it is. They can come in and they can come out. Biden was simply saying, as Hector has already stated to you, and I'm not sure the best way to reiterate it, is that if you were incurring some type of persecution, all right, that would qualify you for asylum, then you could come to the United States of America because we do allow people to seek asylum here. Those
Yeah.
people were, in fact, vetted. All right. You talk about letting people into the country, but do you know what Donald Trump did on January 19th of 2021?
Yeah. So
What did he
by
do?
itself,
One
it's
moment. What did
what?
he do?
Repeat your question.
What did Donald Trump do on January 19th of 2021?
Tell me, what did he do?
He granted deferred deportation to over 250,000 Venezuelan migrants.
Okay,
That
I don't
means
have a problem with that.
he allowed them to actually stay in the country. But with deferred deportation, you can't work. You can't do anything with deferred deportation except for just be here in the United States of America.
Yeah.
But you don't have
What's the
an
problem with
issue
that?
with that.
They don't deserve to work here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How is it that you claim to be an immigrant yourself, yet you
I
are
came here the
completely
legal way.
anti-immigrant?
Yeah, because I
What you
came here the
just said
legal
doesn't
way, and
make
it
any sense,
disgusts
though.
me. What?
What?
What'd you say?
What did you say?
I said they don't deserve to work here because they were taking over apartment buildings and making a ruckus,
Yeah,
and that's why I said they don't
I
deserve
can
to work here.
hear like the unseriousness in the back of your
The
throat because
unseriousness.
yeah,
Okay,
extremely
Demon Grant.
unseriousness. Get off my panel. Thank you. Goodbye. I Why are we still using 2024 talking points? What are we doing?
Yeah, he was full of it once he
Yeah.
tried to go into using the N word. You're not black if you vote for me crap.
Yeah. He was trying to bait. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anywho, let's move on, guys. Let's keep doing all of the good things. And yes, that dude definitely deserves tomatoes. Let's make sure we're taking care of Hector while he's here. Let's run him up and let's get Hector over 1,000 coins, guys. Also, let's knock out the high bears and let's do all of the good things. And if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you are over on the tube, you can send a super chat. All right. And let's make sure again that we are taking care of Hector while he's here. His links are in his bio. All right. He has a Cash App too. And guys, check out our shops, ericaeffect.com and Hector with 2 R's, shops.com. Do all the good things, guys. Appreciate y'all. Now, let's get into this YouTube phone call and see what happens. Thank you so much for holding. Are you a Trump supporter?
Of course,
Okay.
I
And for
am.
TikTok purposes, how old are you?
54.
Okay. And why are you still supporting Trump?
Well, I do believe in a lot of his policies because, I love America. America comes first to me. I'm a Puerto Rican, and I've lived here all my life. My dad, he died in Vietnam, okay? Vietnam War was a very, very, very long time. That war went on for many, many, many years. So, yes, he did die for this country. And I'm his daughter. And I feel, sure, we are a beautiful country that lets in everybody. Okay? But the right way. Okay? Because it's very unfair to come in to this country and not have papers and we don't even know who you are. Okay? You can kill somebody and then drag them through the border and bring them into your country. Okay? child trafficking is very big. Sex trafficking is very big. So yes, I do support Trump.
Okay, so how
A
has
lot
Donald
of people,
Trump actually addressed these issues, though? That would be the crux of your argument, is that he's addressed these issues.
yes, absolutely. You know, he's addressed them, of course. He's put
Okay,
up borders.
how did he address them? That'll be the first part.
Yeah,
And then just so you can know where this is going to go is what has been the impact. This is what the things that you want to answer.
okay, he's addressed it. Okay, he's addressed it many times. He's put up a border. He's put up a wall. You know, I mean,
Ma'am,
we need
our
we need
border
to
wall has
empty.
been around since the 1910s. It started with
No, no,
what's
it
his
hasn't.
name?
There's a
I
lot of.
forget his name.
There's also
Eisenhower.
okay.
Not
It wasn't
Eisenhower.
effective.
Woodrow Wilson. I'm sorry.
It,
Woodrow Wilson.
it wasn't. It was an effective wall. Maybe it was too small. Or maybe it wasn't even um um
Not
put
even
together yet.
but not even what Donald Trump did with the reinforced steel wall proved to be effective.
Hmm.
You don't have any data to support that it has been, because it wasn't. People can dig tunnels under walls. They also can climb over
Yeah.
walls. So there's that part. But you still haven't answered the actual how. So was there some type of
Wow.
policy? Like what has been the effectiveness of these things?
What do
It,
you mean by that? Like affect how?
how
What
long
do
is
you mean?
our southern border?
How long?
Yes. How long is the
What
southern
southern
border?
border? Southern border has been there for many, many, many years, of course.
The southern border has been there for many, many years?
Yes, of course. Who do you think was on there? Patrol officers, right? Protecting the border, right? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Ma'am, what I'm asking you is, how long is the southern border?
What? Well, when he put it up, the
No,
wall.
do you think that Donald Trump changed the length of the southern border, the border with Mexico? Do you think that he changed that?
Yeah.
You think he changed the length of the border, ma'am? Like it's a
The length.
landmass. It's an imaginary
What?
line. Do you think that
All
he
right. All
somehow
right.
changed the length? Did he
Okay.
extend it into the
Okay.
Gulf of Mexico? Be quiet, Bubba.
Yes.
Ma'am, don't
Yes.
take
Like
the
why?
answer of a
Why you
12-year-old.
try to
Please
make
don't
the?
do
Why
that.
you're making your questions so like oblivious? Like
It's not
you're not.
oblivious. I just wanted to know how.
Well, you
I'm
know what?
asking you
Well,
how
you know what?
long
It's
the.
just
Okay, go ahead. You
like
got
a
it.
lefty, bro. You are left. You are left, girl. You better love America. Where were you from? Where you from? Where are you from? Like, where's your family
I'm from the
from? Are you
United
from
States of
here?
America is where I'm
Are you
from.
an indigenous black woman? Are you indigenous?
An indigenous black woman? An
Yes. Are
indigenous
you
black
indigenous
woman?
black
No, I'm a
Indian?
descendant of chattel slavery is what I am. My people actually come from
Okay, all
Africa.
right.
So there's that
You're
part.
in the
But I
slave
can tell you
trade. You in
this
the slave
much, all
trade.
right, is
What,
that
from the
the
Arabics? Or
southern
from the Arabics?
border
Where you
hasn't
slave
been
traded from?
extended. So there's that.
Okay, where your
This
family
isn't about me,
where
ma'am.
were they slave traded from?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Where were you
Here we
slave
go.
traded
Go on
from?
a
Do you know
timeout.
that? Do you know
Go on
your
a
history?
timeout. You're losing it. Guys, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Why she crashing out, y'all? Thank God she hung up. I was not about to do that. Hector, what was that?
I noticed her voice. I'm pretty sure she's called in before. I think she's called in before and she's crashed out. Maybe not.
Okay, 'cause what
But
the fudge?
I just want to point this out. If Donald Trump's wall, oh, am I breaking it?
No, you're fine. Okay, you're not talking anymore, Hector. All right, guys, keep doing all of the good
It was.
things. Yeah, you're breaking up. Okay. I'm going to say a few thank yous and then we'll get into the next caller here. All right. Hey, Manda Panda. Manda sent $2.22 and said, "Hey, love the shirt. Please tell this caller that God and Jesus are ashamed of him for supporting the child predator and rapist. Jesus would never support Trump. Thank you." That was for the guy from Alabama who was full of it. He was a troll. Also, Nighthawk sent 5 and said, "Your labor is appreciated." Well, thank you so much, Nighthawk. I appreciate both you and Manda. And also, shout out to Miss Sonia for the 5. Miss Sonia said, "The lady got her citizenship tossed at her like a paper towel roll, has no room to be asking where you from." Damn, Sonia, tell it. Drop some hearts in the chat for our donors. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate y'all. Keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right. And if you would like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal, and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. Also, I definitely want to hear Hector say thank you. And you can send a super chat just like Lil G Thunder did. Lil G sent a $9.99 super chat and said, "Just got a new truck. What better way to celebrate than to watch Miss Shantae keep owning MAGA?" Lil G, shout out. You got to let me know what kind it is. I want to know. Is it a Dodge or a GMC? It got to be, it's a GMC. It's a GMC. It's a Dodge. No, it's a Ford. I'm trying to guess. I don't know, but shout out to you. Congratulations, bro. That's what's up. Drop some hearts in the chat for all of our donors, guys. Y'all are awesome. And make sure we show love to Hector while he is here. And let's get into this next call. Tiffany, are you a Trump supporter? Probably a mistake. Tiffany, are you a Trump supporter, friend?
She's following me. I think she's a friendly.
Okay, I'll drop her. Inside Out, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and for TikTok purposes, ma'am, how old are you?
I am 39.
Okay, all right. And why are you still supporting Trump?
So I think the one of the issues is by default I'm a Trump supporter because I'm not a liberal or I wasn't a Kamala supporter. Does that make sense? So prior to voting even Republican, I was actually a Green Party voter. And a lot of people told me my vote didn't count, but it didn't matter because I didn't agree with either side. And as Kamala
Miss
was,
Kamala.
it's a few things that I did not agree with as far as the Democratic Party side is concerned. For one, I am a disciple of Christ, so I'm not pro-choice. And let me say this, because I think when we get into pro and anti things, we forget that just because I don't necessarily agree doesn't mean I don't agree that it's not everybody's this personal decision. But I did agree that it should have been a state situation versus a federal situation. When you look at Planned Parenthood, and things like that. For her to have Planned Parenthood at her rallies, I didn't agree with that. Especially for us as Black people, we always say Black Lives Matter and all that and all those things, but we are one of the highest groups of people that participate in abortion, and it's not typically due to rape and all of those things. It's due to our own poor choices. The other thing is the pride situation. Whatever your lifestyle choice is your business, but I don't know if I'm the only one that's starting to see, well, not starting, I've always seen it as how it's infiltrating in our children. The agenda overall is becoming, even in the schools and things like that, we're promoting sexuality. And I don't think people are aware of that. Whatever your lifestyle is your lifestyle. But to continue to go into these agendas that are infiltrating into our children's ideology, I just don't agree with it. So I wholeheartedly agree with Trump. For one, taking men out of women's sports, for him going back to us being male and female.
Can I address one of your points, ma'am? Can I address one of
Sure.
your points, ma'am?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So first and foremost, you mentioned that you were not you're not a liberal, so by default you were a Trump supporter. I don't think that's necessarily how that works, because the difference between party and ideology. So it sounds like you're inherently conservative. That doesn't necessarily always align with a party. Secondly, when you mentioned Planned Parenthood, I had a question for you. Are you aware of the number one service that Planned Parenthood provides to Americans?
Would it be birth control?
No, it's actually testing for STIs. Birth control comes a little bit later. I'm saying all that because for some reason, when we have a conversation about Planned Parenthood, everyone always thinks about abortions, even though that's technically no more than 3 to 5% of their overall services. While they're the number one provider, that is not all they do. Planned Parenthood is a great thing, and it is healthcare. As for having said healthcare services with information testing and whatnot at the DNC, that sounds like a health concern the Democrats took seriously and decided to expand at one of their national events. I don't know what the problem is with that bus or truck or whatever it was out there.
Well, for me, I watched both parties. I wasn't like I said, I wasn't just I'm just so gung ho Trump. I watched both rallies, um, and all of them, not just one. I watched a multitude, and one of the main things I seen was people were really cheering for abortion. That did not set well in my spirit. I watched it personally. It wasn't a talking point. It wasn't something I seen other people speaking on. I watched it with my own eyes. I heard it with my own ears. That bothered me. And especially like, for instance, Cardi B, you get up there pregnant, yet you're promoting abortion. You know what I mean? So it's those things to me that I
Because
just
it's
I
her
just
choice.
totally didn't agree with. And if you look at and I'm not gonna get on here because I don't remember like specific names and all of that, stats and all of that, but I'll say the founder of Planned Parenthood, she was not for black people. And if you look at the reasoning behind her actually starting the organization, it was to minimize black population.
Ma'am, so
Yeah.
our birth rates aren't declining like other demographics, despite black women, I guess, being the biggest recipient of ABs. Not to mention, you didn't really address my point on what your contention was with the Planned Parenthood bus outside of the DNC.
She was giving away free abortions. That was it. That's
Oh my
cut and
God.
dry. You can say what you want to say. She was giving away free abortions, and she let it be known.
Ma'am,
She didn't say
those
if you
did
need to
not
be
let it be
tested
known.
for.
Those words
She didn't
came
say
out
if
of
you
her
need to be
mouth. That
tested
is
for
not,
STDs and those things. She
ma'am,
said free abortions.
ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
No,
That's a lie.
she did not. Those words
Yes,
never
she
came out
did.
of
I
her mouth or
watched
any
the
Democrat's
rallies
mouth.
myself. I know for a
She did
fact it's
not.
true.
You certainly did not, because
Okay.
that's not what the bus provided
Okay.
at
Well,
all. You
let's agree
can
to disagree
literally,
because I know that that's what it provided.
I know that you think you know that, but you can literally
No,
look it up
it's
right
not
now
a
and see
think.
how
I know
wrong you
for a
are.
fact. And again,
You
I
can
rather not.
literally
You
look
asked
it
me
up
my take on
right
my
now.
take on Trump, right?
Ma'am, stop.
Yes.
Stop over talking. Thank you.
You
Oh,
can look it up right now, and you will see that you're wrong. And no one was getting an abortion in a bus outside of a building. It's not how that works. You can look at the services that the bus provided. They were very public about it. And again, that Planned Parenthood is not majority abortion. So it's ridiculous to even insert that into the conversation because that's not their care. So why would that be the main thing that they provided outside of the DNC?
it definitely was. But I'll agree to disagree. I'm okay with that. And just moving forward, just so I'm okay, just so I'm aware of how this works, because this is my first time actually seeing your platform here. So when a liberal is talking, I'm not supposed to talk.
You don't overtalk people because we have people who are listening in who use auditory devices and also closed captions, and it can be hard for them to follow the conversation. So it's one at a time.
Okay, thank you. Because it
Mhm.
was more like, yo, stop. Like it's more like it was the aggression behind it than it was the
It's because he
actual.
had already asked you to stop it, and then
And
you
I just
kept doing
turned
it
up my
anyway.
volume, so I apologize. I didn't hear him.
Okay.
Okay. What Democrats celebrated was women's bodily autonomy, their freedom of choice. The choice includes women who choose to carry a fetus to full term, women who choose to carry out their pregnancies. That's what we celebrate, a woman's right to control their body and the product of it thereof. I don't know why you'd have contention with that, especially when it comes to black women who historically have had their choices taken away from them?
Maybe because as a doula, I don't even see that. I'm an advocate for people. So we have rights. It's a matter of you getting an advocate or advocating for yourself the rights that are put in place. And then I would want to know, my question would be what states don't offer you to have your own autonomy?
It's many. Texas. I want to clear something up before we go into that question, though, because even NPR reported on this. This was back in August of 2024. All right, during the DNC, this was set up miles away from the DNC, so it wasn't even on the same grounds that the DNC was occurring at. That's a Democratic National Convention where Planned Parenthood has set up a mobile clinic. All right, where they were offering vasectomies, all right, testing, screenings, and also they did give people access to the abortion pill. And this was miles away. It had nothing to do with Kamala Harris's campaign. Absolutely nothing. All right. There was no medical actual procedure that was happening in regards to abortions. It was the abortion pill, something that you can take at home. I just want to let you know that. So if you're going to say that they were giving out abortions, all right, and Kamala Harris, all right, was letting people get abortions or whatever, then you would have to substantiate that. And it's not something that you can substantiate because it wasn't even happening at the DNC. It was miles away from it. That's the whole point. And this was Planned Parenthood acting on their own. Kamala Harris had nothing to do with it. That's it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I definitely support Trump because I don't support the left side for various reasons. For various reasons.
And then you just asked the question of what states don't allow people to have a right to their own body. So bodily autonomy, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's over 20 states in the United States of America that do not allow women specifically to have the right to choose. So that do not allow us women to have the right to our own bodily autonomy. States such as Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Florida, Indiana, and we can name more. But Texas and Georgia being two of the main ones where they have restricted women's rights to choose. We have seen that in cases like in Georgia with Adriana Smith, who was used as an incubator. She wasn't her family because she was considered brain dead, medically brain dead. And because she was pregnant, the state used her body as an incubator, all right, so that she could continue on with the pregnancy, keeping her alive via, not even alive, but her organs functioning, all right, at a minimum level via machines so that she could carry um, the fetus that was within her womb, all right, to term. And it still didn't even happen to term. The baby was not even born. The baby was extracted from her womb at about 6 months because her organs had started to decay. So that's what was happening there. And then what we also have is like in Texas, we've had women die because they can't get access to simple procedures such as a DNC. I think I froze. There we go. It's been doing that a lot today. But yeah. So I mean, like that would not be having the right to your own body, the right to choose. Why would you want to leave that up to the states? So have 50 different states decide 50 different ways on how to handle something.
I think a lot of the issue is that we always vote at the federal level, but it's very few of us that vote at the state level. So if we're being more provigilant about the people that we put in office in our states, I think that we'll have better outcomes in that. So just as hard as we're fighting for Trump not to be president, why don't we fight just as hard on local levels?
I don't disagree with you. I do think we see a record number of people showing up in the midterm elections this year. But I also want to make something super clear here. The Trump administration have actively been trying to make it more difficult for you to get proper representation on the local level in your government, specifically with the redistricting war that they've started last year. They've actively been reducing the they've been reducing the power of the black vote with restrictive voting laws and many other pieces of legislation, not only that have already passed, but that are pending, which is another point I was going to add on to what Erica was saying about abortion, because there's currently legislation in several states, North Carolina, Texas, so on and so forth, that gives a total ban with no exceptions. These are things that are being proposed in states where Republicans are the majority, and citizens will not have a say in what happens.
Okay, got you. Well, I'll also say this, and this is an unpopular opinion, and this is coming from someone who is a baby mom. It's not something looking back, I would not have. Actually, it was never something I wanted to do, if I could be perfectly honest, but life does happen, right? And I just think that us as a people, we need to be more proactive about our bodies in general when sleeping around. We need to get to a better state in our lives where we don't even have to allow the state and like the baby chance or whatever. I hate that happened to his mother. But I was also I thought it was a blessing that he still had a chance to live, because the end of his situation is that he's still alive today. Baby Chance with the whole Georgia situation. So I just think that we tend to want to play God in a lot of areas that we shouldn't. But more importantly, that the things that we do have control over, especially with our bodies, we should make better choices, because who's just getting pregnant? And most of the time, it's not due to rape that people are getting abortions.
It
We
doesn't
have
matter.
to start being honest about those things
You
as
said
well.
that the government.
Go
Sorry,
ahead, Jacqueline.
you said that we're too busy trying to play God. That's literally what the Republican Party is doing. That's the whole point of these aggressive pieces of legislation. It is them playing God. It is them taking away the freedom of choice that God himself gave you. Not to mention, the government should not legislate your responsibility with how you use your privates. That is big government. That is too far.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I feel like if we did better things with our bodies, the Parenthood wouldn't have such a big part in our lives, because STDs and things like that, does that not come from being irresponsible with our bodies?
How does the government legislate you having less STDs?
Because I know for me, oh shoot, for one, abortion is not going to be my first thought anyways. That's just not how I think. But the other part of that is, if I'm less likely to go lay around with a bunch of people if I know that I
Ma'am,
have
you're
less
not answering my
chance.
question. Ma'am, this is a
I don't
political
I don't
conversation.
understand.
We're not here debating people's personal choices. We're talking about politics and legislation.
What
How does
politics
the
and
government,
legislation does
how does,
does play a part in people's personal choices. You allow the government to get in your business, to be in your business, when you make personal choices that, for one,
yes,
and
to
then we
protect life, to not enshrine on other people's rights, so on and so forth. Yes, we're aware of that. You didn't answer my question. How does the government legislate you having less STDs? How does that work? How would they stop you from getting STDs?
I don't think I understand the question.
Yeah, that's my point. That's actually quite literally the point. There are things that are people's personal choices that the government can only have some form of a respond to or an aid. The government can sponsor, say through Planned Parenthood and some of the funding that goes to that center, um, protective care, condoms, screening, so on.
So the government
Um,
wants to get rid of those certain things like that. They want to get rid of things like, there's states that don't want to allow sex education, when we know that comprehensive sex ed has actually led to a decrease in the number of teen pregnancies. We know that. We know that comprehensive sex education has led to less STD diagnosis. All right. We know these things. That the data supports it. So if the government is, whether on a state or a federal level, wants to get rid of those things, all right, then why is it, if you care so much about that, is that's something that you're wanting to support? Because in states like Oklahoma and in Texas, mostly down south, all right, they want to get rid of those programs.
I would want to know, why are we putting so much power in the government's hand, when those are things that we should be doing for our own person. Like my child, I educate her on those things. So then that
You
way,
educate your child on it. You do not
I,
represent all parents. That's the thing. about it.
I,
Some people don't want to have that conversation with their children. So you have to think about that. So your anecdotal, you can't base it off of what you would do, because you don't get to determine the curriculum for the thousands, if not millions of children within your state.
so I just want to be clear. So I know I'm not the only parent in America, correct? So it's not our duty as parents to educate our children. And because the government can tell our children anything. So why would we allow them? I just think that's half of the problem. Like, for me, Trump wants to take the government out of a lot of the things that we should be making our own personal choices about.
That's not
We should
true.
be educating our children.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
it is true. It is true.
No, it's
When you
not.
think about
I don't think you're
welfare
thinking
and
it.
things like that, welfare, our taxes, most of our taxes, if you think about it, and this goes back to what the somebody, I think you kicked him off, said when he was talking about the our tax dollars, as far as the immigration, the illegal immigration that comes in here, they got housing before most of us have housing. I
That's
worked
so
three
not true.
jobs. I work 3 jobs. It is true. I work in. I mean,
It's not true. That's
I
why I would
live
just
in
wish you
Columbus,
all would say
ma'am.
something.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
didn't
please.
you say
Because
you?
it's not
Didn't you
true.
say?
No,
But wasn't
because
I
I
still
can't
talking
continue
though?
to let you ramble. I'm getting messages from my mod saying, "Why are you letting them ramble today?" You're just
Rambo.
rambling. Yeah,
I
you
live
keep
in
saying
Columbus,
stuff and you start
Ohio,
repeating yourself.
and I'm watching people get
But
housing.
the thing
I've
is
lived here
that
for
with
years. I
your
have yet to. I have.
She gonna learn how to leave today. Watch. So here's the thing. All right, what it is that you're saying is simply not true. All right, them getting housing before some of us, like whoever the heck the us is, all right, is simply not true. There are many different programs.
Us
There
as
are many
Americans,
different programs out there to provide housing for people. There
ma'am.
are. So a few things. First things first is that undocumented immigrants do not qualify for any type of darn going federal programs. They don't qualify for any type of federal programs. All right. If it's on a state level, then it does come from state taxes. All right. And when it's coming from state taxes, you deal with that on a state level. All right. What we discuss here is things that affect the country nationally. The country nationally. I'm gonna say it one more time. Nationally, the country. I don't live in the state of Ohio. I cannot speak to exactly what is happening in the state of Ohio. Okay? So we speaking on a national level. I want you to understand that. Also, I'm just gonna have to say once again, your anecdotes don't mean anything here. They simply don't mean anything. Okay? Now, another thing is that when it comes to undocumented immigrants, they're not just being let in. That's not happening. Also, another thing is that they don't qualify for federal spending in any type of way, federal programs. There was a bill that was signed in 1996 that prevents that from happening. It has a pretty long name, and I can give it to you in just a second. But it just doesn't happen. It bars them from receiving any type of government assistance, except for an emergency situation such as a natural disaster. And
So, and
yes, Chad, Ohio is a red state.
I love my Somalian people. I love them like
Are there
cousins.
some? You
But
have a huge? You have a
so you're telling
Somalian?
me
What
that,
the fuck are we
so
doing?
you're telling me, so you're telling me that they have not received housing over the American people here, and that they have and they don't get
What's the name
government
of the
funding.
program? What's the name of the program?
What's the name of what program?
What's the name of the program?
HUD,
HUD.
HUD, Section 8,
HUD. Okay, Section 8. Okay. So
CMHA.
how does
HUD is
an
government. It's not just
please
local.
tell me, how does a undocumented immigrant qualify? How does an undocumented immigrant, because you're about to tell us whether or not you know what an undocumented immigrant is, right?
I do know what it is.
Okay, so
Yes.
how does an undocumented immigrant qualify for HUD?
They get fake social security cards and
Man, get
social
fucking
security numbers.
No.
They do. And I work.
See,
You're telling me
I thought
no.
that you were actually gonna say something smart, but then you did that. You did that because then
So
you wouldn't
because
even
I
be
don't
able to
agree
like
with you,
substantiate anything.
so
No, it's
what
not
do you
because you don't
mean?
agree with me. It's not because you don't agree
Yeah,
with me.
because
I
I
thought
don't
you were
think
going to say something smart, because here's what happens. All right. If a undocumented immigrant, okay, all right, lives within the United States of America and they have a child here who is a citizen, all right, then based off of their child, the child will be the one who actually will qualify for the housing assistance, and the percentage of the housing would be based off of that child and that child alone. All right. That's one way. Another way is what it is that is undocumented immigrants aren't qualifying. Refugees can legally be here in the United States of America. They were invited in. Asylum seekers legally here in the United States of America because they're seeking asylum. Okay, we have that. All right, people with temporary protected status. Okay, I need you to understand those things. Those are people that can legally be here. Now, if your issue, all right, is that you feel that an immigrant, all right, is getting something that you as an American citizen isn't getting, then that is something that you're going to take up with your state legislator. Okay, and I should say your state representative to be exact. Talk to your congressman about that one. Because then at that point, you're just basically fighting for last place, is what you're doing. You got last place anxiety.
I just decided to just get a job and pay for my own stuff at this point.
There are so
And
many
there's
people
too,
that have
because
jobs that receive
I
assistance.
would
What are we
say,
doing?
and then
The
and other
majority.
people as well, because every time you're taxed, you see the welfare tax, you see the disability tax, you see all these taxes that are benefiting people that weren't born here, or they did. What was the They
Yeah, you
weren't
got
born
last
here, but
place
they're
anxiety.
last. I absolutely don't.
You do.
I'm always gonna be. You'll always be first place when you pay for your own stuff.
You have
Ma'am,
last place
the
anxiety because you have this fear that they are actually taking something away from you. You were just
I
complaining
What
about the fact.
fear? What
You were just
fear?
complaining about the fact, all right, that they are getting assistance that, Americans don't get, that I don't get. So
That we
yeah.
pay into. Do we not pay into our own
And
system?
guess what? Americans get to take advantage of that when they do need it.
How?
That
How
is
sway,
why we
man?
pay
But
taxes.
that's why we have our own family members fighting tooth and nail for disability when they have an issue. I have a friend right now who's dealing with cancer. She's fighting for disability that she
So you
paid
telling me
into.
that undocumented immigrants are getting disability, Social Security disability?
Yes, they get
Jesus
Medicare,
fucking
they get
Christ.
all of those things. They're getting the benefits that our grandparents fought and paid into. They
ma'am,
are.
the
They
personal
are.
work
I worked for
opportunity
CVS
and
for years. They
reconciliation
are getting
act
Medicare. Like,
of
how are you 80 something years old
1996
getting Medicare? You just
bars
got off the boat here.
undocumented migrants from benefiting from those federal programs. And as forgery that you're referencing, I would love for you to substantiate it if you can, because I find
Y'all
it
know it's
interesting.
fraud going on in this
No, no,
country.
no, no,
It's
no. I
fraud.
find it interesting. I find it very interesting how many of you people claim that this is happening en masse to the degree that it will impact Americans or have less resources to give to Americans. But then you guys, nor the Trump administration, can support this argument with evidence.
They did with those. You guys didn't like that.
They did
Did
it.
not.
They
Show me the Doge
absolutely did.
report.
And you
Show
guys,
me the
like
Doge
she
report.
said, I'm not smart, but they did. They
Oh my
they
fuck.
found several people who were 100 and some years old with Social Security cards. People are not even that old. I'm trying to figure out what's funny because y'all don't
I'm
believe
not even
truth.
laughing.
And the truth
I'm
in
not
your
laughing.
face,
No
the truth
one
is
is
in your face,
laughing.
but you won't believe it.
No one
But
is
you won't
laughing
believe
because we've
it.
been over that a gazillion times. That was simply just based off of the system that they were using at that time. All right, because it wasn't able to reset the years. There wasn't anyone that was like 130 years old getting a Social Security check. There wasn't someone
I know they
200
weren't,
years old
but
who
they
was
were
getting a Social
definitely they
Security
were
check.
definitely
No, they weren't, ma'am. If you say I know they weren't,
they
then
were
how do you say
fraudulently
but
doing it.
they weren't fraudulently doing it.
Yeah,
That
they're
wasn't a thing
fraud.
that was happening,
I'm watching
ma'am.
fraud all
It's
around me,
like
man.
I feel
So
like
you're
you
so you're
having me
telling
on a
me you're
lie
telling
that
me
you don't
that
believe.
no, it's not a
That's
lie.
not
That
funny.
why do I have to believe
I
something
have
that I
to
witnessed?
oh God.
Why do I have to
Ma'am, the
believe
thing
something that I
is
witnessed?
that again, an anecdotal story, all right, an anecdote is a personal story that cannot be
No, it's
verified.
in masses
So
though, man.
I need you, if you had something in mass, ma'am, then what you would be able to do is you would be able to provide sources to substantiate your claims. I
Okay.
really want you to understand that.
Okay, well, this is
You
where I'm
tried to
gonna
get
leave it
out
with.
of the
This is where I
sources
leave it
part.
with. I
You
do
tried to get out of the
support Trump
sources part
because
by
I don't
coming up
believe the
here
lies
first
of the
things first, and what
Democratic
you
Party.
said is I don't know numbers and data and all that stuff, but
That's
this is
exactly
why I
what I
support
said.
Trump because you
You
all. And
asked
the
me
thing
why I
is that
supported Trump, right?
you don't do research.
I
You don't
do a
do
lot of
research.
research.
Okay, then tell me,
Okay.
what is the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act? If you need me to
What
say it
is it?
again, I'll say it. No,
No, just
you
tell
do
me
your
what it is.
research. No, you said you do research. You tell us what it is.
Okay, say it again.
It's the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act.
One moment.
Are you going to Google it? Now you're going to do some research?
I do research. I
Okay, go
research
ahead.
all day
After
long.
you research it, then you tell us what it is, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So tired of these I seen it ass. You know what? Guys, get the likes up to
I just want to
250K
know
and
though.
beyond.
Can I ask a question? Like, I want to know, like, when people
Can you
get on
respect it?
debates, why do people have to be disrespectful? Like, when you get on here, you want to like, and we're American to American, so I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to anyone, and I just want to know where that tone comes from.
It comes
That's
with
like
the
a real
frustration.
question.
I'll answer the question. I don't mind the answer. It comes with the frustration of people spewing lies, spewing misinformation and disinformation, and
But
then
you're doing the same
not
thing,
even
and then we're
trying to
both on
back it
this.
up,
We're on both separate parts, right?
but
So
not trying
what
to back
you
up your claims. Though that's the problem. But you did say that you were going to research that. All right. Please go ahead and do so. I'm going to say some thank yous, and I think you'll have what it is by the time we come back. All right. Shout out to Wesley Pillow for the $10 super chat. Wesley said, Jesus Christ, if you believe in God, then why would you support a rapist, a pedo, adulterer? Trump is as far from godly as a man can get. I hate this
that's
argument so
misinformation.
much. Much love, Erica and
That's
Hector.
anecdotal and
Much love to you,
misinformation.
Wesley. That's not anecdotal. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
That's
Shout out to you,
misinformation.
Wesley. Shout out
That's
to you, Wesley.
misinformation
Oh,
because
now
it
she
has been
wants to do the
proven
over
that he's
talking
not
thing. Ma'am, you're
a
supposed to be
pedophile, right?
you're supposed to be doing research. Please do your research.
So is that an opinion or is that a fact?
Shauna, do the thing where
Is it
she stops talking. Thank you. Because I'm going to keep reading.
you
Also,
stupid
Wesley,
bitch?
yeah, I know.
Disconnect me.
I know you were gonna go there.
Yeah,
I
because
know
y'all
you were
rude
gonna
as
go there.
fuck.
Uh-huh.
I was because
Also,
you a
shout out
dumbass
to
bitch. You a dumbass black
cause you
ass
looked it
bitch.
up.
Ooh,
You
go
looked it up,
Christian,
didn't
go
you?
Christian.
Go Christian, go Christian, go Christian.
Hey,
What'd you
Chris,
do? You go AME?
save Dan
You
Hood, save
Baptist?
Dan Hood. Not worried
Methodist,
about it.
Baptist, Episcopalian? What is it?
Nope.
What is it? Non-denominational?
Disciple
Hector,
of
that's what we
Christ.
got to start
Disciple of
doing.
Christ.
Whenever they do that, whenever they start doing that stuff right there, Hector, we're gonna have to start singing the "Go Christian, Go Christian, Go." TikTok
Hey, I'm
removed
down.
her. TikTok removed her, y'all. But yeah, thank you, Delta, for the galaxy friend. I knew she wouldn't do that because she looked up what the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act was, and what she saw is that it bars undocumented immigrants from receiving federal benefits. All right. They cannot get Medicaid unless it's for an emergency. All right. EMTALA, an emergency Medicaid. All right. Something that was put into place by who? Ronald Reagan. May he rest in hell. Also, SNAP benefits, they don't qualify for it. They don't qualify for TANF. They don't qualify for SSI. All right. And they don't qualify for housing assistance. Isn't that crazy, y'all? That's why she started doing what she did, because she knew she was wrong. That was so funny though. Good God. That lady ain't met a lie she don't believe. Fucking chaos agent.
None of that matters, ma'am, because I seen it.
I seen it. I seen it. How you gonna tell me what I saw? When you gonna tell me what I saw? Like, man, please. Get a grip. And also, Wesley sent us $5 super chat and said, I am sad. I can never get back the time this person wasted. Stupid, argumentative, uninformed, and they are yelling. Much love. Much love to you too, Wesley. And also, Auntie Bugsby sent a $5 super chat and said, I'm laughing at her right now. For someone with 3 jobs and a family, when does she have the time to do research? Fuck out of here. She ain't did no research, Auntie. That was the first time she probably even ever heard of the 1996 bill. And now that she knows what it is, I guarantee you she's going to try to change her argument when it comes to what undocumented immigrants can get. I guarantee you. Also, Fax sent Steve. Thank you, Steve. Fax sent a $10 dono and said, "Can we fund education and soon?" I hope so. I hope so. Let's get a Democratic House and Senate in there come this November, guys. Let's do it. So when the 120th Congress takes place, all right, we can start to actually get some appropriation packages that work for the American people and not for big business. Good grief. Draw some hearts in the chat for Facts, y'all. Also, Taffy sent $10. Hi, Taffy, you should have. I don't know, but thank you, friend. I love you more. Sorry, love you more though. Thank you so very much. Guys, keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right. And Jesus Christ. Please know up from down, left from right. That's the bare minimum. Hector isn't asking for much.
What?
I said Hector isn't asking for much.
Show ain't.
Okay.
Look at
Let's
it.
see.
Your mouth feels as if you're trying to...
Let's see here. Tap the screen, share the live, do all of the good things. WD, are you a Trump supporter? That was a soccer ball.
Sounded like he was falling down a mountain.
Like a mountain? That's crazy work. That's wicked work. Family, are you a Trump supporter? Family sound like he on a creek, like he about to fall over something.
Sorry, I didn't mean to join.
No worries, love. You have a great day. Sound like a creek. Oh, is that Hector? No, that's not Hector. Hector is muted. Let's see here. Metal stairs. Okay. Hi, author. Are you a Trump supporter? Author going once. Author going twice. Okay, I let you down. All right.
Yo, bro, you're not Dean Withers, bro. You are
You're
not
of age
Dean
to be
Withers.
here, so there's that part. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Why would I want to? Never mind.
Unserious. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no. Just wanted to say I support you and I love what you're doing.
I appreciate you, bro. Have a great day. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you.
I love the passion in your hell no, brother.
That's what's up. All right. Let's see here. That lady was absolutely ridiculous. That was crazy work. Let's see. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Sharing the live. Keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. All right.
Erica, can I say one thing?
Sure.
And this is no shade. I'm just being funny. This is no shade. Why would I want to be Dean Withers? I like being 6 foot tall. I'm just fucking saying. I got a lot of privileges here, and I'm good with him. No shade. He's brilliant. That's all. Moving.
You have tall people privilege? That's what that is? All right.
Call from
Trump.
Hi, caller. Are you a Trump supporter?
Right now, yes.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you? Thank you, Nina.
30.
Okay. And why are you still supporting Trump?
So I wasn't like very into politics really. But just like growing up, I did watch the way things played out with the Obamas and then going into Trump, into Biden. And over time, the first time that I did vote was Obama. And as of right now, because I'm actually a registered independent, I just think that over time, slowly, I think, in my opinion, that the left has kind of shifted a little bit farther to the left. And I don't really think that the right has shifted far right. Because I know a lot of people that are
How did
like,
you vote for Obama?
What was that?
How did you vote for Obama? How old are you?
30. Actually, I just turned 31.
You just turned 31?
Yes.
Okay. When did Obama last run for president?
2012.
2012. How old were you in 2012, friend?
I believe 18.
Hector, do these niggas think I'm stupid?
All right, so riddle me this, sir, on the other line. The last time Obama was ran in an election was 2012. Can you shut up, bud? Hold on.
Last time he ran in 2012,
Okay,
that was
I
14 years
misspoke.
ago.
I meant to say that, like, if I would have voted, I would have voted for Obama because that's basically what I grew up. My family.
That's not a that's not you misspeaking. How do you forget if you were able to vote? What?
Yeah, but
how did you misspeak?
What's 30?
Well, yeah,
What's
I just
30
meant to say,
minus
like,
14?
if I was able to vote, I would have voted for Obama with the politics that I knew at the time. So I would have voted for Obama because I grew up with around like a Democrat style and family and pretty much culture. But I just think that the left has fallen or gone a little bit farther left. And I can't really say that the right has gone like far right. But yeah, that's just kind of why I voted for Trump this time, because I think they're have a little bit more common sense policies right now. And that's sort of what pushed me to that right there.
What's the common sense policy? Like, name one.
I'll say HR 734. I don't really think that should have been it's like a controversial topic nowadays to say that there's only men and women. And I don't know how we got that far as a country to where that is like, people do get offended if you say things like that.
Because the right
I know you
has
said
made it into an issue. That's why over 1,000 pieces of legislation within the last year or two to combat people who are just trying to live their life.
Yeah, and I can understand. Like, I'm not against people who want to like live their life. And what I was gonna say earlier too is, I think that from what I've witnessed over time and done some research, is that since like the 60s, the Democrats have pretty much campaigned their platforms on like marginalized groups. And so I would say, like, in the 60s, it was like the Civil Rights Acts. In the 70s, it was like the Women's Rights Acts, the women's suffrage. And and then I think it was like the 80s or late 80s, early 90s, whenever they started doing like gay rights, I believe around that time, where they started like really introducing that. And then in the Obama time, it was like a little bit more expanded on gay rights, with like LGBTQ stuff was like first starting to get introduced, was around the late.
Why is that a problem?
Right. I didn't say it's a problem. I just think that's mainly what they've been focusing on. And I think that we have a lot bigger problems in the country right now. Like, I think affordability, even the cost of living.
Affordability?
I think that yes, people can't afford houses today.
Yeah. Do you know why they can't afford houses? And then also another thing is that you would have to show what the Republican Party has done to actually combat, all right, the unaffordability crisis that we're living in. Hey, you won't be able to do that.
I would say that they deregulate a lot of things. There's in Republican states, it's not, you don't have to go through as much regulations and permits and all this type of like rigmarole to get like a house built. Like, if you try to build a house, let's say in Texas, compared to California, in California, you're going to have to get a whole lot more regulations. You're going to have to get a whole lot more permits. It's going to take a lot longer to get a house built in California than it would in Texas. That's
But
why
it's
people
more
are
likely
flocking
that the
to.
person in California is going to have less issues with their new build than the person in Texas. The person in Texas is likely going to deal with insulation issues, gaps in the foundation. All right. So there's that part. Regulation, deregulating is not good for the consumer, typically. Right? Not every time, but typically deregulation isn't good for the consumer because it leads to more issues. So we have that at play. Like we want to make sure that we have protections in place, not just for the consumer, but also for the builder. All right. The person who is climbing a ladder to put that roof together. All right. Just in case they fall and hurt themselves. All right. We want to make sure that that is taken care of. We want to make sure that they are not trying to build a suburb, a subdivision on protected land. Like we need to have regulations in place. We want to make sure that this place has enough water to sustain this new, development. Like we need to have regulations in place. So
Yeah,
deregulating isn't
I'm,
always going to be the best thing for people. I'm,
yeah. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have any regulation, like zero regulations or zero permits. I know, like like I'm in my
but you're making
brother-in-law
the
and my sister.
argument that deregulation is a good thing, though.
I think it's better for home building. Yes.
And what I'm trying to
If
tell
you're a
you is
home,
that it's not because it's not. Again, what we
you're telling
find
me.
is that, especially since the pandemic, at the speed at which they have been building homes due to deregulation in house building, at the speed at which they've been building homes, more people are actually making complaints in regards to the quality of the home. Again, missing insulation, wiring issues between electrical, also plumbing issues, holes in the foundation. All right. They're building houses like they're going cardboard boxes right now. And none of that is to the benefit of, the home buyer, so the consumer, because it ends up costing them more money in the end run. So it's like, what did
That
you
does happen. I can understand where that comes from, how that can be a liability at times, but majority of the time that's not like an 80-20 issue. Like 80% of deregulated houses are falling apart and only 20% of them are actually viable living. Like, yes, I can see your point too. Like, hey, if you want to extend the building process of building a home an extra 3 years opposed to 6 months, yeah, you may have a safer house, but who wants to wait 3 years for the house to be built? That's why we have a housing shortage in places like California, and that's why the cost of living is so
Where is
high.
that the norm? Hold, am I missing something? Is that the normal in California? Is that what they're alleging? That it takes 3 years to build a home?
I guess the fuck so. Who knows? But deregulation, rushing the construction of homes definitely has been a good thing for people. Yeah, no, it hasn't. That's why we've seen an increase in the complaints of people in these new builds. People are paying almost triple the cost of what a home would have cost in 2019. All right, but they're getting a defective product because these homes are being built in less than 30 days. This is ridiculous. Also, it does not take 3 years to build a home. Where did you get that number from? Were you just
I looked.
being
So
hyperbolic?
I looked it up in
yeah,
California
I
really
was being a little
quickly.
bit
Minimum
hyperbolic, but
time
like
is 10 months.
people
Maximum
don't
time
really
is
build houses
24.
in 30 days. Typically in like places like Texas, you can build a house in about 4 to 6 months. Because and this is like, I know you said that you don't care about anecdotes, but this is just from what I've seen. My brother-in-law, my sister, they actually just started a home building company 2 years ago, and they built 3 houses. And each one of the houses one house took like 5 months, one house took about 6 months, and one took a little bit over 6 months. So our quota was to get them done in 6 months apiece, and we were able to get 2 in that time, and then one was like 6 months and like 10 days. We were able to luckily sell all 3 of those houses, but building a house in California definitely takes longer, and it is a lot more expensive due to that type of the type of regulation. Because I know you said that you're going to pay more money if the house does fall apart, but I mean, if you hire shitty contractors I mean, that is also kind of on you. If you
That's
want to
the
go
whole
with the
point of the
cheap guy who's
regulations in
gonna cut
California.
corners, what was that?
That's the whole point of the regulations in California. It's kind of hard to get a shitty contractor to do shitty work in that state because of the regulations, which is why they have much better security long term. And once again, I just looked up in Texas. Yes, the time is shorter, no doubt, but 10 minimum in California, 24 maximum in California. That would have to be an extreme project. Is not that bad. Whereas the average in Texas is 7 to 14 months.
Well, I guess that we did pretty well getting it done in 6 months. We're building smaller houses. I know that's an anecdotal, but yeah, that's one of the issues why
stop using it then.
why I voted for Trump was one, he had a little bit more common sense with the man versus woman. I know y'all say that Republicans make that an issue. I don't believe that Republicans are the ones making that an issue. I think Republicans just want to be able to live, for the most part, from what I see, because I live in a Republican state, which is Texas.
Are you joking?
But I would say that most people don't really care how people want to live their lives. Like I don't give a shit if you're gay, trans, or whatever. Like live your life. We're in a free country. I think that people have an issue mostly is whenever they start doing things like demanding people say certain things or say or allow people into women's spaces who aren't biological women. And that is what 80% of the Republican base has an issue with. Not that people want to live that lifestyle, but that they're trying to enter spaces that aren't for those people.
Do you want people to call you by she, her pronouns?
What was that?
Do you want people to call you by she, her pronouns?
What do you mean?
If I refer to you as she, or if I refer to you as her, will you be okay with that?
I mean, I wouldn't really care. I would think that you're ignorant if you see a 6'3" black guy and say, oh, that must be a she. I would say this person's probably ignorant and doesn't know what a man is.
That's what you would say?
Yeah, I would think if somebody looked at me, a 6 foot 4 black guy.
Ma'am, I understand. You would prefer to be called. You would prefer to be called he, her pronouns, right? Because you're a man, right? You just said that you're a man, right?
Yes.
You prefer to be okay. So you're a man. You identify as a man. Okay. Got you. Okay, got you. All right. So you want to be called by your respective pronouns because you are in fact a man. Okay.
I would just ask people to call me. Most people just call me T.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell people like, hey,
can you do me
my
a favor
pronouns
then?
are such and.
Can you do me a favor
What's
then? All right. Can you do me a favor? All right.
Go ahead.
Can you describe a trip to the grocery store that you take? A trip to the grocery store, all right, without using he, him pronouns. Without using any pronouns, actually. Go ahead.
I go to the grocery store, pick up the essentials that I need. I make my purchase at the.
I think you forgot one of the
rules.
At
the teller. I make my purchase at the teller. I bag my items and then I proceed home.
I said without using any pronouns. Without any pronouns.
You said without using he, her pronouns.
No. I said without any pronouns.
Didn't I just do that? You want me to do it again?
Is I a pronoun?
Is I a pronoun?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I is a gender-specific pronoun, no.
I is a pronoun, is it not?
What does that have to do with male and female?
The point is two things here that you just did, is that we use pronouns all the time because I is a pronoun, all right? We use them all the time. Additionally, another thing, you want to be called he, him, or referred to with he, him pronouns, all right, because of the fact that you identify as a man. That's what you identify as, right? Okay, so if a person identifies, all right, as a woman, or if a person identifies as a man, what skin is it off your back to say she, her when referring to them, or he, him when referring to them. There's no skin off your back. Choosing any other option, all right, and not respecting their pronouns, all right, would simply be just you choosing to be disrespectful.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of insight to where I live. I
I
live
don't care
near,
about where you live, to be perfectly honest with you. I want y'all to stop trying.
but
It's not therapy hour. I don't
but
care
but
about where
but
you
the thing
live
is,
because the
the
thing
thing
is, you should
is
be
that
able to
you
talk
said
about these
Republicans are the
things. I didn't say nothing about Republicans. I never mentioned
you said
Republicans.
you said Republicans are the ones that want to make it a big issue, and you're
I
the
said
one
that
highlighting it.
earlier. They made it
Yeah,
an
and
issue
you're
in
the one that
regards
is
to creating
highlighting it.
laws. Like, what the fuck are we doing
Yeah,
here? Danny
you
Rigg, you said, did you really just ask what 30 minus 16? That's what you said. And then you said, bruh. Yeah, I was asking the chat. It was to illustrate a point. Are you stupid or are you dumb? I'm thinking you're both. Also, shout out to Wesley Pillow. Also, Danny, if you want to send another comment and you want me to read it out loud, then by all means, make sure you put at least 3 other zeros over there. Okay? Thank you. Additionally, thank you to Wesley for the $20 super chat. Wesley said this caller is a lying liar who lies. He doesn't understand that there is more demand in California for houses. There is a backlog of work there, meaning it takes longer to find available contractors or inspectors. That's a fair point. More demand. Like there's less demand here in Arizona. That's why we have so many new bills that have gone unsold, because of the simple fact is that we have less demand here. It works that way. All right, Hector, you can talk to him. I gotta talk to Bubba.
Okay, really quickly, I have some thank yous. Apologies for the lateness. I was a little preoccupied. I couldn't read these earlier. Shout out to Nishan for the $1. This was in regards to that one guest. Where was the wall for these hateful, bigoted racists? That's a great question. I did want to make a point on that also. The Biden administration did not tear down any wall. I just want to make that clear. The existing wall did not come down. So I find it interesting that when people criticize the quote unquote surge at the border, that they don't think about how that wall did not impact it at all. And the wall was stupid. Thank you so much, Nishan, once again for another $1. This was for that black lady, I'm assuming. I hate Sambo Rocket Raccoons. I'm glad I didn't read that when she was here, because that would have been bad.
Ooh, she would have lost it. Oh my gosh, she would have went off. Also, shout
Shout
out
out.
to you. Got another one? Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yes, shout out to Anonymous for the 10. I appreciate you. W's at you. Thank you. That's it.
Awesome. And also shout out to Hector for the 10. Hector said, I synced into the future and saw at least 10 supporters donate 5 to the Patients Fund because we gonna need it this stream. Black women's labor ain't free. Actually, he said, this is what he said. He said, Black women's labor. That's what he said. All right, I added on ain't free. Shout out to you, Hector. And also, Nighthawk, thank you for the $1. Nighthawk said, I am in construction defect litigation, and what Erica is saying is correct. In California, there are plenty of claims still, but there are better quality than the paper mache homes in Arizona and Texas. I'm trying to tell you, like, our news has done so many darn going, like, exposés and special reports on these darn gone homes. Like, I don't want to say the builders' names. They start with a L, a B, all right? If you know, you know. But these homes literally are built like friggin' cardboard houses. Like, I'm pretty sure Barbie houses have better construction than they do. It's ridiculous out here. Anywho, guys, thank you all so very much. Keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. If you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Same for Hector. Please check those out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pin it also over on the tube. All right. And we appreciate everything. And if you'd like to also send a super chat over on YouTube, you can. Thank you all so very much for everything, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. Let's go ahead and knock out this round of the high bear, guys. Let's knock those out and I'll go ahead and change it to something else. But again, thank you so much for being here. And let's continue on with whatever this conversation is, talking about housing. What the fuck?
Yeah. So I heard
Hey,
a
you
super
care
chat
about
saying that.
hold on, time out. I just thought about something. If you actually care about housing and you support Donald Trump, all right, because he's with the deregulation and all that jazz, then why isn't it that how are you still supporting him when he refused to sign the 21st Century Road to Housing Affordability Act, a bipartisan bill That means both sides of Congress actually worked on that bill to come to the conclusion and also pass it. So, like, he refused to sign it. And he didn't sign it. It had to de facto go into legislation, but he didn't sign it. How are you supporting that if you so much care about housing affordability?
So I was going to respond. Actually, the demand for housing is actually much higher in Texas because people are leaving California for places like Texas. But yeah, the actual demand for housing is actually higher in Texas because we have population growth because people from liberal states are moving here.
Hey, where are they moving?
What's up?
Where are they moving in Texas? Please tell us.
You want me to tell you where every person coming from
Oh
Democrat states
yeah,
are
give me
moving to in Texas?
give me the areas uniquely where the concentration of Californians is popping up in.
I mean, I don't know what that means. Like
Okay,
how are you
got you.
expecting me to
I'll help
track
you
it?
out. I'll help you
I
out.
know that they're leaving Democrat states to places like Texas because
So
it's
what
cheap and more
cities are
affordable,
they
and you
moving
have a
to
better
in
chance of buying a
Texas?
house in a state like Texas.
Okay, so what cities in Texas are they moving to? What cities?
I would assume probably the metropolitan areas,
Name them.
Austin, Dallas, and maybe Houston.
What
Probably
do all of those?
Texas.
What do all of those cities? What do they have in common?
They're pretty booming when it comes to jobs.
I swear to God, they'll go through anything to not answer a question honestly. I swear to God, you got it, Hector.
You don't think that
that was
Austin, Dallas,
hysterical.
and Houston are booming cities in Texas?
Hey, so Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and a few other little ones, but let's go over those four major ones. What they all have in common that you're conveniently leaving out of the conversation. And the only reason why the likes of Californians and other big blue states like New York and whatnot would ever come to this state is because of the fact that they are blue. They're blue cities, Democratic mayors, Democratic representatives, Democratic officials, and they have Democratic policies that favor those individuals that are leaving California due to expenses. Expenses is why Texas is attractive, not red policies. Let me be clear. As a person who lives here in Texas and is only, except for that one time, that was a horrible mistake, lived in blue cities, I was the guy who was interacting with all those Californians, and they don't give a fuck about the rest of this state. I do not know why you guys keep bringing it up. It is not the got you that you think it is. If anything, it supports the point that red state policies are not popular at all.
I think that it's not as extreme as like places like San Francisco and LA, and it's a lot more centered than heavily taxed areas.
Texas is going to go. Texas is going to go.
Would you say that the tax rates are pretty much equal in places like Austin, Dallas, and Houston as opposed to
No
LA
one gives a fuck
and
about the
San
tax rate.
Francisco?
That's not the purpose of the conversation. So nobody cares about the tax rate. Anywho, the thing is what's going to happen here.
Well,
All right,
why
is
else
all
would
of
they
this.
be
Yes,
moving
all
there?
of this to avoid the question. Yes, all of this to avoid the question, Corey. So anywho, Hector, that he's literally spreading. He's trying to like give all of these different points so that he doesn't have to answer the question. And no one's going to pivot with him. So the point is that they're moving to what's considered blue cities is what it is that they're doing because they like the liberalism of California. They just don't like the prices of California. That's the whole point of it. All right. We saw the same thing in 2022 and throughout the pandemic in the state of Arizona. All right, where when the state of Arizona, all right, after years of trying in 2020, finally legalized marijuana. And the reason why Arizona was able to legalize it was because we had an influx of people coming from California and also the Pacific Northwest, so Oregon and Washington State, coming from all of those tech companies moving into the state. Additionally, another thing is that we were able to get Doug Ducey out, who was a Trump bootlicker. We were able to get him out of office, and we were able to bring in Governor Hobbs that we have now. All right. Additionally, Arizona, go vote. Our primary is tomorrow, so make sure you go vote. Okay. Another thing is that we were able to get two Democratic senators. All right. And what is why am I blanking on the name? And Ruben Gallego. All right. And why am I blanking on my other senator's name? What? The astronaut, Gabby Gippert's husband. Why am I blanking on my senator's name? Not Mark Warner. That's Virginia. What's my senator's name? Mark Kelly. Thank you. Thank you, Palpable. And Mark Kelly. We were able to get two Democratic senators here in Arizona. All right. So it's like Texas, y'all, you can flaunt and be happy about the influx of people coming into Texas and the home buying and all of that jazz that they're doing there. All right. But what's gonna happen is that they're going to vote blue. It's gonna be a change. You can see that in other states, how those trends actually end up working out. So Californians, keep moving to Texas, please. We beg. Go ahead, keep on moving.
Literally, y'all are doing me a favor.
Doing the
Also,
Lord's
Texas
work.
has one of the highest effective tax rates in the entire country. Like the actual effective tax rate is higher in Texas than California. California is capped at 1%. Texas goes up to 1.3 to 1.8, depending on your district. They bring you in with no income tax, no this, no that, and then they rob you blind with your property taxes.
In Texas?
Yeah.
That's just a couple of reasons why. But pretty much my main point was, I think
you didn't want to engage in that
that
one.
what was that?
You don't want to engage no more in the taxes part.
Well, I mean, you're still probably paying more taxes in California, even if it's capped at 1%, because due to the value of the property than compared to Texas. Even if it is like 1.8, you're still paying more money in California.
Yeah, value is different than the rate.
Sorry. Say that again, Hector. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying the rate is higher, and if you want to talk about the value, then yeah, it's like corporations paying more in taxes, even though if their tax rate is low because of the revenue that they bring in, depending on the breaks that they get, which is significant. Yeah.
So that's why it's a little bit more appealing to live in Texas, because you're gonna pay less money than you would like in a place like California.
Again, I don't like. There's a whole GIF. I need you to add it to your thing, Erica. There's like a point, and it's like flying over you, and you won't look up. Texas is not attractive because of its Republican policies. Republican policies are not popular. That's the whole point. So the argument you try to make of Californians moving here because we don't want our women to have rights and we want everyone to open carry is not a thing.
Well, I didn't say anything about women not having rights, but yeah, I definitely do open carry.
Yeah, I didn't say you said anything. I said what it is. I'm here in Texas. I know the policies.
Okay, so what are you
Thank
saying?
you
You're
for
saying
the
that
$10
there's nothing
super
attractive
chat.
about.
Hey, caller, hold
Go
on
ahead.
a moment. Above Infinity sent a $10 super chat and said, "Why does bro not understand? Trust me, bro. Arguments are about as useful as condoms are for MAGA males who drive emotional support trucks while misfiring. Trying to shoot their shot all the time. Oh, he basically what the hell? Basically, he's saying that y'all miss all of the shots y'all take is what he's saying. All right, and you only have trust me, bro arguments." Shout out to Above Infinity. Really, bro, what are you talking about? All right. Bruh. Basically, did you get what he was saying? Is that you pretty much haven't provided anything substantial in regards to your claims. Is all just like, trust me, bro. That's it. Typically, the callers want to hear something that can reference back to a source because they like to do research too.
didn't they ban gender transition care for minors here in Texas? Isn't that banned and outlawed?
Why do you keep going
Oh,
back to that? I have a proposition for you.
Because it's
What
something you can't defend.
what if what do you mean something I can't
Exactly.
defend? What do you mean something I can't
oh,
I think
defend?
that was banned here in Texas. Is gender trans
I don't have to defend it. Trump
ending
likes it.
That's what
gender
I'm saying. What do
banning
you mean
gender
I have to
transition
defend
care
it?
for minors. I think that's allowed in some Democrat states. That's also another thing that I feel like the left has kind of like shifted a little bit far, and that's kind of put like somebody me who's like who's a registered independent. When I see stuff like that, that is also something that I don't really agree with.
Hey, can I read something to you?
He just started to take words and use them.
I'm going to read something to
Go
you.
ahead, Hector.
This is a Trump tweet. Save America Act. Number 1, all voters must show voter ID identification. Number 2, all voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. Number 3, no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. Number 4, no men and women's sports. Number 5, no transgender mutilation surgery for children without the express written approval of the parents. Donald Trump is for gender-affirming care for minors.
Well, Texas is. I thought we were talking about Texas. Are we shifting the conversation to Trump now?
I'm talking about the guy you voted for.
I know, but I thought we were talking. She just said if I didn't want to chirp in about like
I
stuff
don't think he.
about
He doesn't know that
Republican
federal
things.
law trumps state law. He don't know that.
Say
Do you know
again?
what supremacy clause is, friend?
Supremacy clause?
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
Oh, the supremacy clause pretty much is at the very basis is that federal law trumps state law. It means that the Constitution overrides anything that a state can do, and also federal law, all right, overrides anything a state can do. So while the state has the ability, all right, to govern itself, federal law reigns supreme. Did that make sense, or do you want me to like give you the AI overview?
No, that makes sense, but
okay.
But what are you getting at with that?
Because Hector just told you what Donald Trump wants, all right, to be in law, all right, and you responded with, "Well, didn't Texas ban it?" And it's like, okay, and what does that mean?
Okay,
if it
so you
becomes
said
a law, hold on, all right, if it becomes a law that children are allowed to have gender affirming care with their parents' explicit consent, then it doesn't matter what the state of Texas does because the federal law will rule supreme. You understand?
yeah, but what we're doing now is talking about hypotheticals. So if that's something
That's
that
not a
Trump said that he
hypothetical.
would like, but it's
He
not a
just
law
read you
either.
what it is that he wants and what it is
Okay,
that
he
he's
can
trying
read
to
that, but
actually
that doesn't mean
pass.
that
I
doesn't
don't
mean
think
that it
you're
is
tracking
federal
the
law.
conversation at this point.
I am tracking the conversation. He said that's something that Trump is approving of, but that doesn't make it law. Just like how I said, it's banned in Texas right now. If that goes into law and it's a federal law, then yeah, that's a federal law. But ask him if that is a federal law right now. Because if it's not, then it's banned in Texas. Is it not?
It is banned in Texas. No one would dispute
Okay.
that with you. But what we're talking about, all right, is what Donald Trump is advocating for. And your whole point is you didn't come up here and say that I'm a fan of Texas, all right, or I support Texas. You came up here and you said that you are a supporter of Donald Trump. And what Hector is pointing out to you is that Donald Trump goes against what it is that you support, all right? You two are not in alignment there. Donald Trump is okay with gender affirming care. You're not.
Okay, so you're saying that
You're
if you
not
vote
getting
for
that?
somebody, that means that you're a brainless person and you have to agree
I
with
don't think you're
everything that they
tracking.
say?
You're not tracking. You're not tracking.
You just said that he did
You're literally
that we're not
trying to
aligned with
look for
something.
an out. You're trying to look
No,
for an
you
out because of the
you
simple
just
fact
said
is
that we
that,
don't align on this
isn't it? I'm
topic.
sorry. You said when you came up here, you mentioned a specific piece of legislation, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And your thing is that Trump was in support of that specific legislation, right?
Say that last part again.
That Donald Trump was in support of that specific legislation, correct?
That's what he said, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. And you like that Donald Trump is in support of that specific legislation, right?
Do I like it? No, I don't like everything that Trump does,
Am
no.
I speaking English? This nigga. And I promise you, it just be the intellectual dishonesty of it all. Once they get like caught up in something, the whole like just prexeling and the shimmying that they do, it's just like, okay, all right. I tell you. You
I
got it,
don't
partner.
understand.
Hey, anywho, guess what? Trump is okay with kids getting gender affirming care.
With the parents'
Tis
consent.
all.
With the parents' consent.
Mm-hmm. With the parents' consent. We already made that clear. No need to
Yeah,
restate
and
it.
majority of Texans don't consent to that. So even if it is,
It don't matter what the majority of the Texans consent to. It doesn't matter what the majority of Texans consent to.
They can't do it unless I say so.
What? Where can they
So
do
you
it
telling me-
without consent? It has always been with consent. It's always been with the consent of the parents and during going the doctor. Because the doctor is the one that makes the recommendation. It's always been with parents' consent. Donald Trump ain't changing shit. What are we doing? And I bet you don't even know what gender affirming care actually is. I don't know what he's saying. He ain't saying nothing. Like, what is gender affirming care?
I can speak now?
What is gender affirming care? I don't remember someone telling you that you couldn't speak, so I don't know why you're asking that.
I believe that gender affirming care is giving the child or a person care that is kind of reflective to what they identify. So like if a person was born male, but they think that they are in the wrong body, basically, that you can go visit a doctor, they'll give you mental health services, they'll give you like therapy, conversion types of therapy, and like help you out with your like transition to be comfortable in the body that you think that you are in. So like if you are a man that thinks you're a woman, then they'll give you like hormonal therapy that can possibly give you like surgical options. They can give you like some reproductive like pills and stuff, and just help with like your mental health to kind of help you transition to the gender that you think you are.
To transition to the gender that you think you are. Okay. All right. So on a very
that you can affirm
simple
your
level,
gender.
on a very simple level, all right? A very simple level. Is a little boy getting a haircut gender affirming care for a child? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's one aspect, I guess.
Okay.
But
All
it could be more in depth than that.
Okay. I said on a very simple level.
Yeah, and I
did put that
explained
in
on a little
there.
bit more in
So
depth.
on a very simple level. Okay. And then, all right, a little boy taking hormone therapy for a condition known as gynecomastia, right? Is that considered gender affirming care?
A boy taking a pill?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said a little boy though, right?
A little boy taking hormone. I was very specific, actually. I said taking hormone therapy, all right?
Well, it depends on what
for
the,
gynecomastia. Is that
I
gender
would say,
affirming care?
I would say if it's for him to, because isn't that where like they have like some tissue like in the breast area?
Is little boys who have titties.
Like you can be a man who has like fatter, who has like, isn't that what that is? Who have like,
I also want to point this out. Gender affirming care is predominantly used by heterosexual
I was
people.
going to get there.
Oh,
I was going to get there. I wanted him to answer that question. He's refusing to answer the question.
I would say it just depends on the situation, on like what you're trying to accomplish.
I'm sorry, what? I was very
I would say
specific in the
take it,
matter. I said it was a little boy taking hormone therapy because they have gynecomastia. That's very specific. Is that gender affirming care? That's a yes or no question.
Uh,
That's not hard. It's a yes or no question. You don't want to say yes because you know that the answer is yes. That's what's happening here.
well,
You know that that is
well,
gender
I think
affirming
it's I
care,
think
and
it's satisfying.
the majority of children who receive, all right, medical gender affirming care, all right, are receiving it, all right, for gynecomastia, is little boys, all right, because of the SRS hormones within their body that is actually causing them to develop, all right, breast. No little boy wants to
That's
walk
what I said.
around with breast. They don't want to do that. All right. So their parents, along with their doctors, work together to find a treatment plan for their kid, okay, to help them feel more so like the little boy that they are. That's gender affirming care. You not answering simply yes or no to that was you running because you know that that's
No,
gender affirming
that's
care.
but
Like,
you
let's
see
be
how
very fucking serious.
you see how you went in depth onto what the goal was for, so that he can stay a boy. That's what I'm saying.
That's
It depends on a
gender
case by case
affirming
basis.
care.
I don't think
Please
that
tell us that
anybody.
you know the difference between gender and sex.
Yes.
What is sex?
I mean, I think that they're
What
pretty
is
much
sex?
intertwined. There's only male and female.
What is sex?
Male and female.
Hate makes you stupid. Hey guys, did you all know that I have a hat on my site on ericaeffect.com that says hate makes you stupid? I have that hat. I actually have one. I need to wear. I'm going to wear it maybe on Wednesday. But hate makes you stupid. That's
What if
all I
I
have
said
to
that's
say.
hateful?
I'm sorry, what? Huh? What? Huh?
What if I said that's hateful?
Oh, what's hateful? Oh.
No,
That
what did I
you
say
not
that was
wanting
hateful?
people to live life as they identify. Also, I never said to stay a boy. I never said that. That's not what I said. I said to feel like the gender they identify as. That's what I said. That's why it would be
That's
gender
initially.
affirming care.
That's literally initially what I
No,
described.
it's not. You said to stay a boy.
You could
That's not the
listen.
same
You can
thing.
listen
The
back, but
implication
that's
is
literally what I
different.
described when you asked me what gender affirming care was.
Anywho, so then why would you have an issue, all right, with anyone receiving gender affirming care if they simply are having this care, all right, to be in alignment with the gender they identify as? What is your issue with it?
Well, like I said initially, I don't have any hate towards anybody. I just think that it could be damaging long term for the children, because children
What's
haven't
the
fully
evidence to
developed.
support that, or is this just your feelings?
Say again?
What is the evidence to support that, or is this just your feelings? And please,
I
all
think
right, actually reference some type of scholarly study, something medical, not your fifis or one incident that Donald Trump talked about at the State of the Union.
Do people who transition not commit suicide at alarming rates? Is that untrue?
Oh, I don't know, friend. I did ask
You
you for
don't.
the study. I'm sorry. I thought you was about to provide that. What are we doing? No, because the
Well,
studies
that's
actually
my
show, and
point.
you
Is
can
that
look at the NIH and also PubMed, there are multiple studies that show that when children receive the gender affirming care that they desire, that they are less likely to commit suicide. So there's that.
so there's one that is at the Williams Institute that says around 42% have attempted suicide at some point in their lives, and
Oh, at some point in
81%
their
have
lives,
thought about
at some point in their
it.
lives, at some point
That's
in their lives.
that's
When?
alarming though.
When? But when? At what point in their lives is the
It
question.
doesn't matter. People are going to kill themselves. I think that's a problem.
The same
If they
thing goes
attempt
with
to,
what? I'm so sorry. What? Cis,
if
cis.
people
I'm
try to
sorry though,
attempt,
but like
if
cis
people
het
try to
men
attempt
are more
suicide at
likely than any other
42%, that is,
demographic to commit suicide. Cis het men, all right, are the ones who are more
with
likely to
studies about
commit suicide.
transgenders.
So with that being said, all right, I think there's an issue that needs to be addressed there. And your study, that whatever number you just read off, all right, because you didn't tell us where you got it from. But here's the thing. It says at some point in their lives. So did they consider this at 12 years old or 13 years old? Or did they just consider this yesterday at 40 years old? Your study doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because you can survey, all right, the over 1,000 people that are watching between YouTube and TikTok right now. And what you can find is that it's possible, all right, that 40% of the people watching here, all right, have considered it at some point in their life. But it does
You want to
not
hear some
telling
more
us
studies?
when.
Do you want to hear some more studies?
When
So there's
did they,
another one
excuse
right
me,
here.
one moment, I'm asking you when.
I'm trying to tell. If you want me to respond, I'll respond. But if you want to
Sure,
talk,
so
I'll let you talk,
when?
and I'll respond after. Okay. So it says the Trevor's Project 2024 National Survey said that youth, so that's below the age of 18, is what is considered youth. 14% of transgender and non-binary youth reported a suicide attempt in the past year. That was in 2027, and that is double the rate of youth at 7% of their cisgendered peers that you said committed at higher rates. So the
Bro.
Trevor's Project 2024 National Survey says that
Oh my
and the
God.
CDC youth risk behavior
Erica,
said that.
hold on.
Caller,
Erica,
hold
first
on,
off,
please.
I don't know how the hell that's going to be as of 2027, first and foremost.
I said
Secondly,
2024.
when the fuck did Erica say that transgender or cisgender people, I guess per rate, commit less schmuicide? That was
She said
not her
higher.
argument. It would be based off the population. There's a concentration with transgender individuals specifically because of the societal pressures that lead to them committing or considering it. That's what it is. There's no study that supports the claim other than some BS old Swedish study, significantly out of date, that shows that they are more likely to commit schmuicide after transitioning. But
And
yes,
that's what
they
she
have a
wants
higher
to,
schmuicide rate.
that's what
Yeah, I
I'm
think that
trying to
that's a
get
problem.
you to give us the information on. All right. Is this before or after gender affirming care? Because a person can identify as trans, it does not mean that they are getting the gender affirming care that they need. So, what I'm trying to get from you, all right, is this before or after?
I think it's both alarming rates before and
You can
after.
say that is both alarming, but that's not you answering the question, though. That's the thing. You're not answering the question. This is your claim. Back it up. Be very specific in your search, okay? Because you're not answering, nor are you substantiating, all right, the claim that you made.
Okay, if somebody's transgender, does that mean that they transitioned,
I
or
don't
does that
have
mean
to
that they're
answer
still
any
with
more
the?
questions. And no,
Okay,
because someone is transgender does not mean that they have transitioned. I gave you that one. I'm not answering anymore. Back it up, please. Thank you. Appreciate you.
yeah. Well, I think that that is an issue,
Bruh,
and I
give
think
it
that
up.
instead of people,
Give it up. You should just give it up, bro. Anywho,
I
people are
mean,
telling
you
me
know,
to check something, so I'm gonna check it. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Let me make sure that I get all of these. All right. Christina, thank you for the 5, friend. We will talk about Washington State. All right. Also, Christina said you're weird. All right. We will talk about Washington State in just a moment after this call. Also, shout out to Monique for the $1. Monique said, caller being obsessed with people's junk. He needs his hard drive check. He might want to be a coxman. You never know. Also, Maya sent 10 and said, because Black women's labor ain't free, and I haven't heard you say thank you in a while. Oh, you're so kind, Maya. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you, love. Also, let me make sure I can say your name. Sarah sent $2.22 and said, that isn't conversion therapy. Conversion therapy is sexual torture and abusing minors with drugs and shock treatments and exposing them to corn to rewire them. People that transition are less likely to commit self-unalignment. 98% of minor surgeries for gender are cis boys. That is true because of gynecomastia. Yep, shout out to you. Thank you for the information, Sarah. All right. Also, shout out to Ashley for the $1. Ashley said, as a trans man, I was only suicidal when I didn't know I was trans. Now that I know and my loved ones accept me, it's great. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome because I'm pretty sure that there are studies that show that the quality of life for trans individuals does improve once they get the care that they need. So the gender affirming care that they need, to be exact. Also, Mr. Jesus Christ. Mr. Mike, shout out to you. Mr. Mike said pineapples is my safe word. I don't know how the fuck you guys get on here every day and just the jig around these square circles. They are fucking stupid, but so confident. Good for them. Now, please tell them to F all the way off. Mr. Mike, we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a talk. Shout out to Mr. Mike. Shout out to all our donors, guys. All right. Shout out. Also, over on the tube, thank you to Taffy for sending out the 5 memberships over on the tube. If you got one from Taffy, make sure you say thank you. Also, and join the Discord. The link's in the bio. Also, Wesley Pillow, thank you so much, friend, for the 5. Wesley said the suicide rate is higher after hip replacements than after transitioning. This guy is filled with bile, bigotry, and hate. Damn. Shout out to you, Wesley. Thank you so very much, friend. And also, Bar sent 1 membership. Oh, thank you, Bar. Bar sent a membership. If you got that membership, make sure you all say thank you. And thank you, Dwayne, and also SL Price for the jewels and Handler for the jewels. I appreciate y'all. Tap the screen, share the live. Keep doing all of the good things, guys. Hector, do you have any thank yous?
I don't.
Fix it. That's my.
I'm just waiting for us to get to the point to where if he wants to keep complaining and say, as he just said earlier, it is a problem. I think it's a problem. Before affirmation surgery and after affirmation surgery, they have higher risk of suicide compared to straight cisgender people. It's a problem. I'm waiting to get to the point where we say you're the problem, sir. I'm waiting for you to get to the point to where you're the reason why they have such higher rates. It's people like you and who you support as to why they don't feel comfortable in their own skin, even after feeling like they got the gender affirmation that they need to do just that. It's people like you who make them feel rejected in society and contribute to their suicide rates. It's you.
Okay,
It's
all that, cool.
Republicans.
But
It's
the thing is,
215, over
I didn't
215 million.
come
I'm
in
not
here to
done.
attack
I'm not done.
anybody.
I'm not
And
done. How the fuck is that an
that's
attack?
fine.
Over
I mean,
$215
all you're doing is
million
insulting. So
Republicans spent in 2024 anti-LGBTQ and trans ads, anti-trans folks ads. That's how much they spent. The executive orders, the rhetoric, the transgenderism for everyone, all of this bullshit that they've actively put out for less than 1% of the population worldwide.
But also another thing, Hector, is I want to address one of the studies. I believe he was quoting this one. Actually, the one where you mentioned the suicide rate amongst transgendered people. Can you do me a favor and tell me where you got that information from?
one was the Williams Institute, and then one was, I think it was the Trevor something. And it said that, like, basically before they kind of attempt suicide, like a 70% rate, and then after transition, it drops to like a 42% rate after gender affirming care and transitioning. And like I said, I just came on here to have a conversation with y'all. Like, I don't think I've said anything hateful or
I'm
dismissed
gonna pull
anybody's
from
identity.
peer review sources. Actually. This is from the Journal of Sexual Medicine. This was published in June of 2026, and it is the Gender Diversity and Suicidality Evidence from Population-Based Studies and Intervention Outcomes. I read, per this study, is that for children, teenagers to be exact, all right, we'll say youth, okay, is that the risk is highest before gender affirming treatment for suicide.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Meaning, oh, okay, all right. So if the risk is higher before they receive gender affirming care, then why wouldn't you want them to receive gender affirming care? That doesn't make any sense. If you agree with that.
Because I think that those people are dealing with something that's a little bit deeper within themselves, and I think that they just need help. I don't think that affirming somebody's a gender that is not based in reality.
We're not talking about transitioning, sir. You don't know what transitioning is. We are talking about gender affirming care. That means allowing one who identifies as a boy, all right, to wear the clothing, all right, that we say as clothes for boys. That means allowing them to get a haircut that is a reflective of what their peers who are boys would wear. Right? That would be gender affirming care.
Okay, but
Simply,
you're arguing
just
against
for
points
like
that
a
I'm not
little
making.
boy living with gynecomastia. All right,
You're
gender
arguing
affirming
points I'm not
care
making.
for him. Yeah, no, I am no. What are you arguing then? What is that you're arguing?
You're arguing against points that I'm not even making. I
What
never
point
said
are
that
you
a
not
boy.
making?
I said that I initially said, you asked me what gender affirming care was, and I gave what I believed it was, and I believe I gave a decent description of what it was. I'm talking what people are saying that they don't really agree with is whenever a biological man wants to change into or transition into a gender that they don't
biological
align
what?
with, a biological man.
God.
Yeah, that's why I
That
asked you
doesn't want.
earlier to please tell us that you do know the difference between sex and gender. And based off
And I
of
said male
the
and female.
response, you don't know the difference between sex and gender. You don't.
So sex is not male and female.
Those are labels, sweetheart. Those are labels. That's just a label. That's a name. That's it. That's just a label. Okay? What is sex?
It's like the biological difference, which is male and female.
Biological. Go ahead, Hector.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. First he said biological man, and then he said so sex isn't male and female? You can't even get your shit straight. You can't even keep your terms right.
What are you talking about?
You.
She asked me what sex was, and I said it's male and female. And you started laughing, so I said, "What is it? Not male and female?"
Oh.
That's literally what just happened.
He's not gonna like my gas. I know that much. Not
What's the
mine.
difference between sex and gender, sir?
Mm-mm.
What's the difference between sex and gender, sir?
Well, sex is male and female, from what I've always known. And I think that, me personally, I think that there isn't much of a difference between sex and gender.
You don't know the goddamn difference. Didn't he say earlier there was a
I don't
difference?
believe
Didn't
that
he
there
acknowledge
is
there was a
one.
difference earlier?
He
Or
did.
am I missing something?
He did acknowledge earlier, but they change it. They be changing it.
Also, I found an interesting study I was actually going through here. This was April 2024, risk of suicide and self-harm following gender affirmation surgery. The interesting thing about the demographics that they pulled from is that they did this comparison ultimately with a small pool of 1,501 patients who went to the ER and had a history of gender affirmation surgery and compared it to a pool of 15 million. Not to mention some of the individuals who had gender affirmation surgery. They considered or put in here things like vasectomies and BTLs. They did not do this study to show that they had a higher risk, specifically after transitioning amongst trans people. A lot of these studies are between trans people and cis people, which is stupid. So stupid. Such a stupid study.
Why would they do
Meanwhile,
that?
the
They
Williams
should do it
Institute shows
before
that they have lower
9
risk.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then also the study that I was reading from, the one in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, that one shows that gender affirming care actually reduces the odds of suicide attempts and ideation by 38 to 73% when compared with young people who want care but do not receive it. So when the kids get the care that they need, the gender affirming care that they need, all right, guess what happens? They're less likely to self-delete themselves. And you agree with that. But yet, for some reason, you don't want kids to have gender affirming care. So just tell us, let's make sure we understand you. It's just a yes or no question. Do you want children to be able to receive gender affirming care? Yes or no?
Not if it's going with with an opposite sex. If it's a little boy who wants to stay a little boy, I mean, you're making an argument that I was against that. I'm not against that. All I'm saying is,
So you
I
are
don't think
okay
it is.
with children. So you don't want children to receive gender affirming care if it's not in line with their sex, but gender affirming care is different from sex. So there's that part. That's why I say you don't know what sex and gender are. And then also what you're saying is, even though you agree that when kids get gender affirming care, that they're less likely to kill themselves, all right? If it goes against what you believe, then you're okay with kids being more likely to kill themselves.
So basically, to summarize what I believe,
Engage, please.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a straw man. That was not a straw man.
No.
I just still manned your argument for you.
So the thing that I'm trying to say is whenever it comes to gender affirming care, I think it's a lot more complex to just affirming that gender. I think that they need some therapy help in order to get over whatever they're getting. Because I think basically
that is included.
If you have like a Lincoln,
sir, that is included. That is included.
I'm trying to have
there
a
is
conversation
no,
with you.
I'm telling you, in the bluest states, California, you can't just go to a doctor with a minor and say, hey, oh, Timmy over here wants to take it completely off. And the doctor goes, bet, I'll see you Friday on a goddamn Wednesday. They have to ascertain the child's condition. They go through therapy. They go through investigating the home. They do all of these different things before we even get there.
Hector,
he
doesn't know what he's arguing. He doesn't know
That's
what
the fucking problem.
That is the problem. That is the problem. Anywho,
when did I say that? When did I literally?
You don't know
say
what
that?
you're arguing. Like we're gonna. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you take it. No, I'm gonna let you take it from the top in just a second. Hey, chat. Give me 2 seconds, caller. Thank you for your patience. Hey, chat. All right. 100 for the boot. 100 for the boot. And let's get Hector up to 3K. Okay, we're so close on Hector. All right. Let's get Hector up to 3K. I'm gonna change not 3K. All right. I'm gonna send you a Galaxy, Hector, just for fun.
No,
but they gotta get you to 3K first.
I did have some thank yous.
Okay, fantastic. You read those off, Rand.
Debbie's in the chat to Mike for the $2 Venmo. Hector, y'all got some weird kinks. By y'all, I think you mean the ops. It might be time for a drop pool. I'm sure this guy ate cement as a kid. W's in the chat to you. He ate something bad. Probably the crayons. W's in the chat to Palpable for the $2. Tell Erica the 222 was me, and you are absolutely right. People like him is what caused us to DIE through Schmiwicide and Schmurder. My cousin had double hip replacements at 15 and 16. He wanted to transition around that time. Hip replacements are more regretted. Crazy. Wow. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Miss Doing Me for the $5 cash app. Drop pool. Please throw the donut in the garbage. Okay, so you have 7 to start with on my end.
Okay. Cool. I have some thank yous that I do want to read off here. All right, and they are going to go towards the drop pool. All right. Let me try to say your name. Courtney, thank you for the 10. Courtney said, as the mom of a trans kid, now 18, I can attest to how much not allowing any gender affirming care attributes to suicide. We live in a state where insurance won't even pay for therapy if a child is questioning their gender identity. My goodness. I know you're covering your child. I know you're doing all that you can. Shout out to you, Courtney, and hugs to your baby. My goodness. And also, James, thank you for the 5. James, hey, James. James said, it's so weird how fixated they are when it comes to the private parts of kids that don't belong to them. I hope you have a vacation plan for you and Bubba soon. Trying to. I don't know. I work really, really hard, but really trying to. You can already guess where he wants to go. You can already guess. If anybody wants to donate to the Legoland Fund for a 12-year-old, by all means, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And Maya, thank you for the 5, friend. Maya said, listening to a Black man punch down on other minorities is exhausting and disappointing. Like Black trans people don't deal with enough in this world. Exactly. That part. Shout out to you, Maya. Thank you, guys. You are appreciated. Let me check over here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, good. I didn't. And let me check one more place if I can find it. There we go. Okay. All right. And your toxicity sent a $5 super chat that said, oh, JAMA, the Journal for American Medicine, I think is what it is, just dropped a new study indicating that puberty blockers significantly reduce self-harm and mood disorders in trans-identifying children. Okay, we can look into that one too. And Wesley sent out 5 memberships over on the tube. Thank you, guys. Remember, if you got a membership from anyone today, make sure you say thank you. All right, say thank you with a heart. And then also make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the bio. All right, the Discord, it can be fun. And also, the next movie is definitely going to be Forrest Gump when the spirit hits me. I'm watching Forrest Gump, Janai. But thank you all so very much. All right. If I'm doing my math right, okay, we're at 32. 32, guys. Let's keep doing all of the good things. The links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal, and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you are over on the tube, you can send a super chat like Trans Decay Zombie just said. Thank you, friend. I'm going to round it up to $5, friend. Trans Decay Zombie said, let me at him. Let me at him. I know exactly what you meant, friend. Shout out to you. Drop some hearts in the chat for all of our donors, guys. And thank you all so very much. Let's make sure we keep taking care of Hector while he's here. And I'm going to go ahead and update this number. And again, thank you all so much. So caller, here's what I'm going to do. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Restate your argument. I want you to be very clear.
Okay. So what I was trying to say from the beginning is when it comes to people who are transgender or transitioning, like I said from the very beginning, I don't have anything against any way that anybody wants to live their lives or what they want to do. We live in a free country. I started off with saying that. But what I'm saying is I think it's a more complex issue than just affirming if it's a biological man who is like wanting to transition or be affirmed as a woman, I think it's a lot more complex and that person is dealing with something a lot more than just like, okay, if he thinks he's a woman, let's just say he's a woman. And to the guy, I don't know his name, but the guy said that there is no states that allow minors to have gender affirming care without the parental consent. He said that earlier. There's actually a few states. One of them is Maine, one of them is Washington, and another one is Alaska, where a minor can actually get gender affirming care. In Washington, you can get gender affirming care without parental consent and have hormone therapy and some surgical procedures in the state of Washington. And actually, it's 13 through 17 in the state of Washington. And like I was saying, is gender affirming care, I think, is sort of like if you were to, as an analogy, if somebody was struggling with gender affirming care and you kind of had an analogy with saying that, let's say that the problem that the person was struggling with was they had compared to they had a crack in the roof and water's pouring in and they're trying to find a solution to that. I think that gender affirming care is like basically putting a Band-Aid over that hole in the roof and then basically saying that, all right, job's done. Because if they have a suicide rate of like 70%, and yes, I acknowledge that it drops significantly by like about 30%, but it's still about 45%. That's still an issue. I think that it's still a bigger issue than just saying like, hey, let's just affirm their gender and then they're happy now. If the people are still committing suicide or attempting suicide or thinking about suicide at like 40%, and like I said, like I don't have anything against anybody. Like I don't think I've said anything hateful. I'm just saying I think it's more complex than just affirming somebody's gender that they want to align with. I think that they need some type of like therapy. They need to talk to people. They need to get over something. Maybe they had some trauma that they need to get over. I don't know, but I don't think that affirming somebody in that position is the best solution. If 2 out of every 5 still attempt suicide, I don't think that that's hey, well, job well done. We're doing good now. That's still a big problem. Is all I'm saying. That's why I don't think gender affirming care works.
So really quickly, if I'm not mistaken, I said a minors can not get gender affirming care without therapy. I believe the last point of contention was therapy, specifically where I
Nah, you said
said
without parental
therapy
consent.
would be involved.
Parental consent.
Most states do require parental consent. And in the extreme circumstances in Washington that you mentioned, that child would either have to be in like a shelter or foster care, where they wouldn't necessarily have a parental guardian over them, or they would have to be emancipated. And then other ones,
Where's
I
that
believe what I
study?
was reading up in, it's not
Where's
study,
that study?
it's Washington state law. It's state law. They also go by something called the mature minor doctrine. So they're able to assess and determine the child's maturity level, and the risk and benefits of the treatment. And then they can consent.
But would you also agree that if they're still committed, like, I'm not trying to be hateful to anybody. I think it's kind of sad that people,
I
if
don't need your
any group of
filibuster. Just
people
get to your
commit,
question.
I just think, do you think it's still a problem if people are committing suicide at 40%, or do you think that that's a good thing and that we don't need to do any other
What kind
type
of
of
stupid
help?
fucking question is that? What do you think? Do you think I think fucking suicide is a good thing? What kind of fucking question is that? Duh, it's a bad thing.
No, I'm
Now let's
asking
talk
if you
about the
think that gender affirming
circumstances.
care
Let's
works.
talk about the circumstances that contribute to the bad thing that you're complaining about. Congratulations. It's you, nigga. It's Republicans.
Hector, these niggas, all right,
What did
they don't
I say
read.
that's hateful?
They don't read. They don't read. And I'm sorry, Hector, if I'm repeating what you just said, but these niggas don't read. In the state of Washington, all right, it permits minors who are at least 13 years old to receive outpatient treatment without parental consent. Do you know what
Which
that
he said
outpatient
doesn't
treatment
happen.
is, Hector?
Which he said doesn't happen.
Counseling, therapy, gender affirming mental health care, evaluations related to gender dysphoria, counseling, therapy. This one thing that you
Hormone
seem to be
therapy.
therapy. If it was hormone therapy, it literally, because hormone therapy would be medical, friend. It would be medical. Okay? Okay? That is different than outpatient treatment. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can
And
y'all tell
then
me what I said that is hateful?
also, thank you very much. Okay. Also, another thing, all right, is that in the state of Washington, in order to go undergo any medical treatment, they still need to have their parents' consent. The only one that it doesn't apply to, all right, will be children who have been considered runaways. Children who are runaways, all right? Runaways. And where they believe that it has been established that reporting to the parent would lead to abuse. And that's because they have a paper trail. That's why context matters, friend.
Okay, so y'all say that it's people like me and spewing hate that's the reason that 40% of these people.
I don't remember Hector saying that. I don't remember me saying that.
He just said it's you, nigga. That's literally what he just said. Why do they do it? It's you, nigga. That's literally what he just said.
You said
I
that,
just want to
Hector?
know.
I said because of their misinformation. I said because of the millions of dollars they put out in ads. It's because of the Trump administration's rhetoric and their ignorance on the topic, their denial of their rights and privileges and gender identities. Yes, that contributes. Societal rejection contributes to their suicide. Yes, 6,000%.
That's not a lie. That's a true.
Okay, so I have a question for you. You said it was propaganda, the denial of their human rights, correct? The rights that you believe that they should have, and there was possibly a third thing you said. What was the third thing? Just people like me.
Need to get to the point.
Okay, so I would say that that's not a good point because I could say that same argument about Black people. Black people were discriminated against with ads. Black people were discriminated against with their rights, and Black people had evil white people that came after them. And we didn't commit suicide at a rate of 42%.
What the fuck?
We went through the
fuck
same
is he
time.
talking
We were
about? The fuck is wrong with you? Anywho, shout out to Shauna for the 25. This nigga's dumb. All right. Shauna sent 25. Shauna made me sing it. I'm with the niggas tonight. And it feels all right.
What did I say
and
that
drop
was
this numbskull. We trying. Guys, 62. We're at 62. That means we need 38. 38 left. all right, to do the deed. 38 left. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. All right. Also, again, guys, yeah, we're so close. We're over halfway there, almost 3/4 of the way there. As if we just didn't go over a fucking study, all right, that talked about, all right, the suicide rate going down by over 70% in some instances, between 30 and 70 something odd percent in some instances, all right, when the children receive gender affirming care, and this nigga somehow went back to slavery. Hector, who was tracking the suicide rate in the 17 and 1800s? You tell me right now, who was tracking it?
We were discriminated against in Jim Crow.
Okay, who was tracking the suicide rates in the 1910s? I want to know. Who was tracking it?
Must be
You
God.
think that black people weren't smart enough to?
Who was tracking it? What's the name of the agency? I got whole music.
Okay. Can you tell me where I'm wrong before kind of like trying to move the goalpost?
How the hell we gonna tell you that you're wrong about something when there is no data to support what it is that you're saying, either wrong or right?
So you're saying that we probably
serious.
So are you saying that we probably were committing suicide at a rate of 40%? That's what you believe that it's possible?
Anything is possible, friend. That's why you don't know what words mean.
Do you think
you
it's
don't understand
probable,
the function of the words that you mean? All right, good that you use. Good googly moogly. Shout out to Nicole.
I gave you
Nicole,
two
thank you
examples.
very much for the $9.99 super chat. Nicole said, I transitioned 28 years ago after dealing with years of self-hate and loathing. I wish this caller lived in my past life. My goodness, Nicole. Well, shout out to you, friend. I'm glad that you have your happiness. That's wonderful. Shout out to Nicole, y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Nicole, please. Thank you very much. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, Nicole. I'm going to round that off to $10, friend. All right, so we're at 72. We're getting closer by the moment. Okay? What you said makes absolutely no sense because you don't have the statistical data to actually back it up. All right? You don't have it. Unless you give us the name of an agency, okay, that tracked it in the name of the study, then by all means, we can go there, but if not, then what are we doing? Because then what you have to say is historically, all right, is that black people did not participate in studies. Also, historically, black people have had a long fought and what else is it? A distrusting relationship, all right, with medical providers.
Yeah.
All
Can
right,
I also
two
add why I
systems.
mentioned
Go ahead, Hector.
those factors, and they are significant? They of course would not be the only factors, they're just significant. Also, amongst black people, our suicide rates has increased significantly in the last couple of years, specifically amongst young
40%.
black men. So everybody shit went up. And they have other factors as well.
40%.
It has
Not the
literally
40%.
climbed substantially between 2021 and 2023, or 2018, excuse me, and
I'm not
2023.
disagreeing that it probably climbed up. I'm telling you, I guarantee you it's not 40%.
But setting a
I'll
bar at
I'll
a number
guarantee
would
it.
make no sense whatsoever. And also that 40% that you keep trying to use is irrelevant. It's simply irrelevant because it even goes against your point. It doesn't prove anything. It really doesn't
It
prove
proves that
anything
gender
because the
affirming
number
care
that you use,
doesn't
I'm
work.
going to talk. The number that you use for the 40%, all right, that number was for transgendered people overall, for trans people overall, okay? It did not say whether it's before or after gender affirming care, which is the crux of your
It
argument,
did though.
is that they
It
don't
did.
need to get gender affirming care, is that they shouldn't have it.
The study said it was 73%
And also,
before
it
and
wasn't even
43%
about
after.
the fact whether or not that they actually committed suicide. It was about whether or not they had the ideation or the thought of it. It's like only Hector and I have actually brought along any type of studies, okay, that disprove what it is that you said. You
I mean,
haven't
you
proved
didn't disprove
anything.
anything. You
Anything.
didn't disprove anything.
You
I'm sorry,
haven't proven anything.
did he say 70% before and 40% after?
It said that it was about 70% before transition and about 43% after.
Why the
That's what I'm
fuck are
saying.
we complaining about a 30% drop?
Because if 2 out of every 5 people still try to attempt suicide, that proves to me that it ain't working that well.
30% drop ain't working well? 30%? You're literally cite the study over and over again that there's a 30% drop, but you don't think it's working well enough. What the fuck are we doing here?
That's literally why I said earlier that I think it's a more complex issue and they deserve more
Yes,
help.
it is
They
a more
need more help.
complex issue. There are several other factors, but
That's
you
what I
complaining
said.
about a 30% drop is diabolical.
Who's complaining about it?
Who the fuck ever said it wasn't complex? Tell me, what are the other complexities that you're referencing? I don't think we asked this yet. What are the other complexities that you're referencing that you think we're missing in this conversation? I'm curious.
Complexities to the suicide rate or complexities to transgender people?
You said the complexities in the 40% drop, the 40% still being present. What are the complexities there? Because the number isn't substantial enough for you. The drop isn't substantial enough for you. What are the complexities? You said it, so I don't know why you're asking me what you mean. You're the one who said there's complexities. What the fuck are the complexities?
So the complexity is that I think that they're still dealing with something. If there's still 2 out
What
of
are
every
the
No
5
shit,
complexities?
Sherlock.
We know that part. Name the complexities. What are the complexities? Give them a name.
I think that it's mental illness.
That's it. That's all you got.
Majority.
That's it. That's all you got.
I think that if a man, a biological man thinks that he's a woman, yeah, I think that's majority mental illness. Yeah.
Expound on
Prove
that.
me wrong.
Why do you think that is mental illness?
Huh?
Why do you think that that's mental illness?
The same reason that I think
Like,
that if
you
a
don't know
man
how
thought
to
he
lay
was
out
a
an
dog, that it
argument,
was
do
mental
you?
illness. What was that?
You don't know how to lay out an argument.
You asked me what is the complexity of it, and I gave you the complexity, and you're not disproving it.
You just said that it's
You don't
mental
think-
illness. That's pretty broad. What would be the mental illness?
A man who is a biological man.
No, stupid.
That
What's the
in
name
his
of the
brain
mental illness? Stupid. God damn. Jesus Christ. Why we always got to do y'all arguments for y'all? You can't just say that it's a mental illness, but then you don't give the mental illness a darn going name.
Gender dysmorphia.
I know you had to Google it. Okay, tell us about gender dysphoria.
I think that's what
And
the
it's
people are struggling
dysphoria,
with.
not dysphoria. Dysphoria. And you're thinking
Yeah,
about
I think
dysmorphia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go on. What is it?
I think it's whenever somebody who's born a certain sex and they believe in their brain that they identify with a different sex.
Okay. All right. Here's my response to that. You see, I don't hate you, caller. I really don't. I don't hate you. I just hate all of the
I don't hate
decisions that
anybody.
you make because those are the decisions that a bitch ass nigga would make. That's all. I forgot to turn the soundboard on, y'all. I forgot to turn the soundboard on today. Fuck that guy. That's a piece of shit. That dude's a piece of shit. Like, good grief. That was equivalent of that shit where, for men it's like they get upset at you calling them a misogynist rather than them being a misogynist. Like, they can't stand that shit. They can't stand being called a misogynist. He was like, I'm gonna be hateful, but don't you dare call me hateful. Like, how do you agree that children, all right, trans children who get gender affirming care have a better quality of life, they're less likely to commit suicide, and then turn around and say, well, I don't want them to get that care? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're okay with these kids having suicidal ideation, all right, and possibly committing suicide, having a higher chance of committing it. You're okay with that. He was quick to say, that's not what I said, but that is what you're saying. It's literally what you're saying. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna say some thank yous. Thank you to Rico for the 2. Rico said, say this slow to the caller, please. I'm gonna still read it. You said, why did your stupid I can't say that. That's ableist, friend. I can't say that, Rico. But there are no statistics to what he was talking about in regards to the suicide rate in the Black community in like the Jim Crow era. Who the fuck tracked that? Hector, do you have any stats on that one? Were you able to find any?
Wait, what did he say?
He was talking about suicide rates for Black people in the Jim Crow era. Did you find anything?
No, I did not. Hold on, let me see.
Okay. All right. It did sound real stupid though, Rico, like for real. Also, Amber, thank you for the 5. Amber said, the problem is your arrogance. You think you know better what kids need than endocrinologists, neurobiologists, gender therapists, decades of research. When you say something they believe they are, that they're not, you're saying trans people are not real, and that is hateful. He was hateful as hell. He was hateful. And Raina, thank you for the 28. Raina said, my head hurts. Please get him gone. Yes, ma'am. Got him, Raina. And also Nighthawks in 45 and said, this guy needs therapy. Drop some fucking hearts in the chat for the truth tellers. All right, drop some hearts in the chat for the fucking truth tellers in the chat, y'all. Y'all are fucking awesome because yes. And James sent 5 and said, this Negro is the reason why Harriet kept the pew-pew. And is. Because what the fuck was that? What was that? Also, Karen, thank you for the 3. Karen said, this sick fuck is okay with people having suicidal ideation just because they don't fit the box he wants to shove them in. Weirdo, creep, loser. I agree with you, Karen. Draw some hearts in the chat for Karen. All right. And Lacey also sent a dono. What did Lacey? I saw yours earlier. Let me see. Make sure I get you. Fudge tickles. I'm sorry, guys. It comes in collapse mode. There we go. Lacey said, please tell this man that he is a bigot. There is no other term. Also, it takes years of therapy and medical care to be able to start transition. You don't just go into, thank you for the glasses, guys. You don't just walk into a doctor's office and all of a sudden they go, okay, you can say, okay, I want to transition. And they'd be like, sure, you can do it. No. You know how much work and like how many doctor's appointments people go to in order to actually make transitioning happening? They don't know. They don't understand. They don't want to understand.
That's the big thing. And it will never cease to amaze me why this consumes so many people's thought, like space in their brain. Why do you guys think about this so much? Why? And I'll be the first to say, it's not happening, there's no evidence, but I'll be the first to say, if there is any case in any state where a minor was able to go and get it done within a week without any of these pre-existing processes that states have already established, ban it.
Ban it.
Good luck finding the law, but ban it.
Because as a minor, oh God, I give up. I can't take people. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's adorable. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Who sent that? Thank you, Miss.
Also, thank you, Erica, for that clarification, because earlier that you gave in regards to Washington and the gender affirming care, because I looked and saw that he got it, and I forgot that I needed to specifically look for gender affirming care for transgender youth and what the care was. The gender affirming care that a minor can access without the consent of a parent, 13 to 18, it was exactly what Erica said. Birth control.
Yep.
Birth control.
And I always go back to it's about access. It's about access. Also, Hector, when we were talking about the unalivement rate, and I apologize, guys, because I should have said trigger warning. So my apologies to anyone who has dealt with suicidal ideation or attempts before. My apologies again to you. I really do apologize. I do want to point out a funny. Okay, is that Hector? When we were talking about the rate amongst like Black people, and like you mentioned that the rate has gone up in recent years, he kept saying his age, and then he said his age, and then it sounds like he said the 40%, or did he just kept saying 40% again? It was weird.
I don't recall him saying his age, but then again, there's so much of his shit that I tuned out. But yeah, he kept dying on the 40% hill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a weird thing to say. Went down 30% afterwards. This clearly shows a bigger issue.
What is happening?
What?
Way too much is happening here. But yeah, the rate is increasing amongst Black people. That's why I think that mental health care, so therapy and counseling, is extremely important. Extremely important, guys. If you have access to it, please take advantage. And if it's something that you can speak on, then by all means, please do speak on it. All right, because you never know who it is that you may be helping. All right, you may be that stepping stone for them to actually seek out the help that they need in order to be here another day.
6,000%.
All right, we're gonna keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Please keep tapping the screen, sharing the live, keep doing all of the good things, all of the good things. All right, that means that if you are over on the TikTok, let's get the likes up to 500,000 likes. So let's keep tapping that screen. Also, let's knock out the rest of the cloud marshmallow thingies. It's absolutely adorable. I didn't know it was sleepy, but it is sleepy and it wakes up when I smile. That's cool. Also, if you, let's see, continue to share and repost the live. And if you look at the top left-hand corner of your screen, all right, if you see my name there, which you will, and it says follow, by all means, please do follow. All right. And also take a look at the gift gallery. We are still in B2, which I do think is awesome. We're trying to get to B1. So if there's something that you can do to help us get to B1 by becoming a title gifter, please knock it out. Your kindness is definitely appreciated. And also make sure that we are showing love to Hector while he's here. Before we leave today, I want Hector to be at least 10,000 coins. I said it, I mean it. All right. I'm about to do my part in just a moment to help him get there. Okay. But guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. And I definitely want to hear my friends say thank you a bit more. And if you're over on a tube, you can call the number on your screen, 720-295-4868. Again, that's 720-295-4868. And if you're over here on TikTok, turn the blue and pink person. Shauna, you didn't use the right contraction there. I'm judging you. You didn't use the right contraction.
That's wild.
Thank you very much. Also, Dwayne, hey friend. Dwayne sent a $9.99 super chat and said, "Why am MAGA so fucking dumb? I hate living in a country where 54% read at or below a 6th grade level." That part. And we're not just talking about reading words on the page, guys. We are literally talking about their comprehension skills. It concerns me. I'm not even kidding. I'm really concerned. Holy smokes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the memberships, guys. Alan, hey Alan. Alan sent 5 memberships and Tiffany sent 5 memberships. Thank you all so much. If you got a membership, please make sure that you say thank you and make sure you join the Discord. All right, the link is in the bio, guys. The link is in the bio. Thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's keep it going. We have a guest here. Hi, Kim. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hey, Erica. No. I just wanted to say.
That wasn't me. Kim, I have mods, Kim. My handlers are back in town and they move fast, friend. All right. You can definitely send me an inbox. I'll be happy to discuss it with you. But thank you so much for being here, friend. My handlers don't play. Okay. Billy. Hi, Billy. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. And why are you still supporting Trump?
He's anti crystals.
What?
What?
Anti-crystals? You mean like the restaurant or like crystals? I'm confused.
Oh, you guys don't know what the crystals are?
No.
But they keep bringing crystals.
Sir, can you elaborate on what you mean?
Yeah, he's anti Walmart subsidies.
What? When has Donald Trump spoken out against Walmart subsidies, especially if the big beautiful bill were able to benefit from some of those breaks
Well,
and
like
subsidies?
when he talks about the crystals.
What fucking crystals?
What are the crystals? I did ask you that. What are the crystals?
Wait, how are you talking about Trump, but you don't know what the crystals are?
I don't know what the
I'm not doing this.
What?
don't know. I want to know where the crystals are.
Well, why is he spurging?
Why are you kirking? What are the crystals? If you want to talk about it, then talk about
Oh, wait,
it.
what
What
is
are
it?
they? Tell us what they are.
Wait. How do you run this panel, but you just don't know what the
Tell us
crystals are?
what they are. If you don't tell us what they are, then you can just leave.
Okay, wait. Just look up the crystals.
You tell
I
us
don't
what the
think.
crystals are. Shauna.
Wait, how can you talk about politics, but you don't know what the
You're an
crystals are?
idiot. You're an idiot. That's all we needed. Thank you to my head mod. That was stupid. That was so stupid. They legit will sit in the request for an hour and a half just to do that. I can't be mad at the dedication. I am a bit frustrated with the stupidity, though. That part. I'm not upset with the dedication. Definitely a little bit aggravated by the stupidity. Good googly moogly. What was that? Was he on the
That thing is
crystals?
juicy.
The only thing I know as crystals is something that starts with an M. That's it. Hi, love nature. Are you a Trump supporter, friend? Hello? Love? All right, love doesn't know
No
that she's.
accident.
No worries. Have a great day. They didn't know that they were here. Shout out to Wesley Pillow for the $2 super chat. Wesley said Trump is anti-courts. Yes. Billy Crystal mocks Trump. That's funny. Also, let me try to say your name correctly. Kala XOXO said, is a member for 1 month. Shout out to you, friend. Said, love tuning in, Erica. Thank you for all that you do. Well, thank you so much for being a member and for being here, friend. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat. Y'all, drop those hearts in the chat. It's freaking awesome. Okay. All right. We have about 1 hour left, a little less than 1 hour left, I should say, on the stream here. Just a little bit less than an hour left. So that means that if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. You are the demographic of people that Hector would like to have a conversation with. All right. And if you're over on the tube, you can call the number on your screen, 720-295-4868. Again, that's 720-295-4868. All right. There we go. Bruh. That was crazy work. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's fair. Understandable. Bow, bow, bow. I don't know what to talk about. Hector, what's happening
Erica, I
in
hate
the
it here.
news? I do
I
too.
sent you a video.
Are you going live?
No, not today.
Not today. God dang nabbit. So I say go live. I'll send you a raid. I was like,
Today,
uh-huh.
I decided to prioritize my mental health. You know what I did today?
What's that?
To help with my mental health, I went and watched The Odyssey.
Ooh, that's
And
awesome.
it was a fantastic movie. And then I asked my friends to help me not make a stupid purchase, and they did, so it was cool.
Yeah. Shout out to your friends. Yep. Shout out to your friends. Yep. Hi, Livingston. Hi, friend. Okay, bet. Cause Trump supporters are scared, and I don't feel like singing today. I don't feel like singing today. I'm lying. I do. I always feel like singing. Cause why not? Cause I'm a fucking winner. I always feel like singing. Ha ha ha. Time to sing. There we go. There she go. We gotta place her correctly. Okay. There she go. Oh, poor Shauna. She's out of tomato coins. She can't send any tomatoes. Ha ha ha. That means I can sing.
I appreciate the slander.
You don't produce why not?
I was getting tomatoes thrown at me. It was not cool.
You were? People were throwing tomatoes at you? That's crazy.
It was Shauna.
It was Shauna
It was
throwing
Shauna, bro.
tomatoes at you?
It was.
Funny. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Traitor.
I like the tomatoes. Hector, I need a song to sing. Think of one.
All right, cool.
Better not be something like recent, because music sucks these days.
I like my classicals. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
Ooh, okay. I know that part. Play the drums. Okay, where the lyrics at? I can't see.
You
Okay.
still got your call in progress sticker up.
I do. I'm about to take it off. I can feel it coming in the air. I don't know why Sean is in the request. Please do not let her up. I don't know why. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. That's fucked up. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. Does he do the thing right there? He doesn't do it right there, does he?
I don't think it's there. Nah,
It's the
I think it's
cymbals,
later.
right? Boom, boom, ba-doom, 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 boom, boom, boom. I play the drums, y'all. I'm just kidding. No, I don't. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Is that a song right now, though? Someone did it? Oh, no.
I didn't do it.
Oh,
I
no.
feel
I
so
did it.
much disrespect.
Say boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom,
Bum, bum, ba-dum, 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 bum, bum. There is someone's child's birthday in the chat,
Whose birthday is
and
it?
they wanted us to sing happy birthday to them.
Oh, okay. What's the kid?
I don't remember.
Who baby is it? Who baby
It's
birthday
somebody's
it is?
baby.
Oh, Rico sent a $2
So,
super chat and said, also, have you noticed that MAGA hasn't been talking about the Iran war / conflict since we lost 3 to 4 more troops and bases being attacked? Would love to hear both you and Hector's thoughts. Hell yeah, we'll talk about that after we sing happy birthday to the baby. Hell yeah.
her name is Zion.
Zion. Oh, that's my little cousin's name. That's what's up.
Oh, not a
I love
joy
that.
of my world. I used to love that song.
Oh, if you want to
And she's
giggle,
12.
Google. I can say her name, Crystal Metheny. She was a real person who got arrested in Florida. Ain't no way that somebody named Crystal Metheny get arrested. Come
Crystal
on,
Metheny
that's
is insane.
wicked. Come on. Hey,
Crystal Metheny. Thank
Shauna,
you, Kristen.
Shauna, my friend. I don't know if you were here earlier, right? When I gave my PSA at the beginning of the live. That's why we don't have that many not TikTok, but YouTube callers, because I said I'm not engaging with the racists. I'm not engaging with them. I will literally hang up. I'm not explaining shit to them. I'm going back to my old ways. You remember the times, Shauna, when I used to be like, I'm
Do
not
you
talking to white folks
remember
about
the
racism
times?
because all they're going to do is
I
say,
do.
nuh-uh. I'm going back to those
Whoa,
days. Nuh-uh.
whoa.
So fuck them.
I don't like tomatoes being thrown at me. I'm sorry, Hector.
More
I'll never do it
tomatoes.
again.
All right. Chat on the
And
tube.
also, thank you.
On the tube and also over on the tube. That is a tube. The tube and TikTok. All right. Can we do me a favor? Let's all drop a whole bunch of happy birthdays,
Oh,
like
wait a
with
minute.
confetti emojis and all that jazz. Let's do all of that in the chat for Zion. All right. Is Zion? I didn't ask because my little cousin is a girl. Is Zion a boy or a girl? Not you with a. That's funny.
We're gonna have a talk in a group chat.
It's a girl. Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right. So.
And she's 12. And she's 12.
Oh, that's such a fun age. I bet she'd be asking you to spend all your money. I got one of those. They always want something. All right, guys. So because there's a delay, all right, we can sing happy birthday together. All right, but it's going to be all jibble jabble up. All right. And so, do y'all want to sing it together, or do you just want me to sing?
I'm gonna let you do it and just do ad libs.
Oh my gosh, Phil, thank you.
Wait, Phil, you sent Shauna a super cracker? You sent Shauna the super cracker? That's what's up.
Thank you
I
for
feel
the
like it.
super
That's so
cracker.
fucking awesome, though. That's a jibble jabble.
Oh.
All right, y'all ready? We gotta sing the black version of Happy Birthday.
Well, I can sing the cracker version and you can sing the black version.
Okay, you
Hey
sang you
yo!
sang the white people God damn, Shauna.
I said cracker,
you
like the
did.
super cracker. It was a joke. Everyone laugh. It was a joke. It was a joke.
All right, you need to
Everyone
sing
laugh.
the super
I
cracker
love you
version.
all.
Go ahead, and then I'll sing the
Okay.
black version.
Zion, this is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zion. Happy birthday to you and
Ha cha cha
many
cha.
more.
Ha cha cha cha.
Ta-ta.
Awesome. All right, you ready? All right, Zion, this is for you. All right.
You gotta clap. Tucker, you gotta clap while she's singing.
No,
W
because
Lisa.
it's gonna mess me up because there's a delay. All right, and one,
W,
two.
you guys are awesome.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Happy
birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Zion. I hope you have a lot of fun. 12 is a fun time, all right? And you make sure that you get your mom and your dad to spend all their money, all right? Because somebody's going to feel that pain with me, okay? All right? I cannot be alone, all right? But you have fun,
Tell them you
friend.
wanna what are these handheld games
I don't
the
know.
kids were playing?
What is it, a Game Boy?
I'm trying to remember what my niece has.
Oh, they have handheld games?
Well, like
Tell them you
like a
want an
Switch.
iPad. Oh,
A
the
Switch,
Switch.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Okay.
She has something because she plays chess with me.
Cool.
I'm teaching her chess.
That's pretty friggin' awesome. Why does the one go
I
away?
need her. I need her to be 20 steps ahead of everyone in life and just strategize.
I'm with it. I
Is
support it.
is Hector gifting himself?
He probably is. He does that a lot.
Wow.
Not you talking about me gifting myself a lot.
When do I ever do that? I don't do that.
This is why we can't have nice
W
things.
Lisa. W
I don't do
Lisa.
that.
This is exactly why
Thank
we can't
you.
have nice things.
Speaking
Thank
of,
you, Lisa, for helping me on the gift gallery there with the hand hearts. I appreciate you.
W Lisa. Do I have a gift
awesome.
gallery?
Guys, I
Everybody
had to
have a
do
gift
a
gallery.
everyone has
Oh,
a
I
gift
didn't know I had a
gallery.
gift gallery.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I posted that video.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was only going to get like 100 likes. I'm a
Mm-mm.
little overwhelmed.
It's awesome, isn't it?
I don't know how I feel.
Tonight, and it feels
And I
all
feel
right.
so right.
Oh, wowzers. Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay, I have three things to do. All right, I'm gonna say thank yous for the in regards to the gift gallery. So I got to shout you all out, and then also I want to play Shauna's video. All right, and then the third thing is I want to talk
Oh,
about the
thank you, Palpable.
single payer system that they're trying to do in Washington State. So that's what I want to do. Okay, all right. So first things first is shout out to, all right, our title gifters. Thank you so much to Maya for the music clouds. Lisa, thank you so much for the swans, friend. Sakai for the roses. And Jordan with the come through. Jordan for the corgis, the kissy face hearts, the hand hearts, and the Mumdani hats. Thank you so much, Jordan. And also Mama Donna for the donuts. Thank you guys. Y'all are fucking awesome. Shout out to y'all and spin that shit. Spin that shit. All right. And guys, so this week, all right, we're going to try to get up to, all right, I'm going to try to get up at least into the leopard. We'll see what happens. It's only is today
Whoa.
Monday? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. See what happens. All right.
You never know.
You speak it into existence. You never know what may happen, but we're gonna get up to the leopard this week. Okay. All right. We can do it. I know that we
Not the
can.
Vegeta.
I don't know who that white man is.
It's Vegeta. It's from
That's Dragon
Dragon.
Ball.
Well, look at you, Erica. Okay, you definitely can go with me next year to DreamCon. You're in.
What can I dress up like? I wanna dress up like someone.
Oh, you can cosplay.
Vixen.
I wanna be
Why did
Palpatine.
I know he was going to say
Is
that?
it
Why did I
Palpatine
know?
or Palpatine? Is it Emperor
What?
Palpatine or Palpatine? What's his name?
Emperor Palpatine.
Palpatine. I want to be him. I want to walk
Why
around
Well,
and
would
not
you
say,
do
time,
that?
like
"Let the hate
Pepper.
flow through you."
Yes, yes. I'll go as Vader.
Hate, hate, hate. Oh, or I'm gonna dress up like Charlie Murphy from the Haters Ball and be like,
Wait, it's
hate, hate, hate,
Palpatine.
hate, hate,
No,
hate,
it's
hate.
Teen. Palpatine. It's
It's
Palpatine. I
Palpatine.
was
Okay.
wrong. Yep,
Hate,
I was
hate,
wrong.
hate, hate, hate. That's
I
what I'm gonna
thought you
dress
were
up like.
trolling her.
No, I just had it wrong.
Wow, really, Hector? Really? Really, Hector? Wow, that's fucked up.
I thought you. I was just. Never mind.
TikTok.
It's
Yeah, once you hear that song, you can't get it out of your head.
been stuck in my head for it took me 5 minutes to edit that video and it's been nonstop.
I'm trying to tell you. Once it's
Nonstop.
there, it don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Shauna, what's your TikTok name? It is Shauna. Okay.
Shauna the Blurred.
There we go.
Let me think things through there for a second.
There we
Somebody
go.
said dress as Charlie Kirk. You know,
Absolutely fuck
I
not.
the likes have barely moved from 450K to 456K for like literally roughly 15 minutes. What the fuck are we doing? Can we get the likes up to 500K really quickly?
I've been
And while you're
yelling
at
at them.
that, send your daily heart me's, please. Please make sure you do that. You got to do that once a week. Become a fan club member because you get a couple cool stickers when you do. Erica has 2 more left of the Wakey Malo gifts there.
Sleepy marshmallows.
Okay, sleepy marshmallow gifts. So you want to put her to sleep. Go ahead and send those real quick. And then check out the links in the bio. Links in the bio, the best way to support the platform. I'm gonna do a magic trick.
Boom.
Oh my
That's fair
god.
enough. It's cool.
Hey y'all, that's me.
The niggas tonight, and it feels alright. I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels alright. With the niggas tonight, and it feels alright. I'm with the niggas tonight, and it feels
And it feels
alright.
alright. Alright. Alright. Alright. Alright. Alright. And it feels alright.
That reminds me of something like Duran Bernard would do. Bernard, not Bernard, Bernard. Duran, you know who that is, don't you?
Of course, of
Yes.
course.
That sounds like something he would do. Is that
You
something
think
that he
so?
did? Yes, that sounds like literally
Maybe.
something Duran would sing.
Is it
And he'd be like super extra
wait,
about it.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I don't remember. Yes, guys, I went to
With the
DreamCon.
niggas
DreamCon is
tonight.
a
Thank you, thank
vibe.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to New York Comic Con in
When is that?
October.
October? Can I go?
Yep, in New York. Of course you can go. It's a little last minute. I'm not going to get tickets, but we can try.
Are the tickets still
Oh,
available?
you can come. No, they sold out forever ago.
Oh,
But you could come to Blurred Con.
when is Blurred Con?
It's in DC sometime next year, early next year. I just don't remember when, but I can look
DC.
up the.
I
We
like
can rent out
DC.
a suite. We can rent out a suite and
Will
stay up all
Trump
night
still
and
be
eat
there?
pineapple. Hopefully not.
Hmm. I love DC. I love DC. DC is a fun, fun place. Love, love, love DC. And it'll be
It's
like more
Shauna.
of
Look, yep, it is. Wait,
so.
hold on. I just caught
James,
something
you
that
gonna
our
be at
friend just
Blurred?
said. Oh, you're gonna be at BlurCon? Nice.
Awesome. I'll dress up like
Why are
Charlie
you
Murphy.
putting chocolate on crackers? I don't
Hate, hate,
understand what's
hate,
going
hate,
on
hate,
there.
hate, hate. I thought you were gonna ignore that. Hate, 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 hate.
We can go as Power Rangers.
Power Rangers?
I never watched it, but I know of it. I just like their outfits are cute. Or
I
maybe
can.
I will go as Vixen.
I don't
Hmm.
know who Vixen is. Who's Vixen?
Google her. Google her.
Okay,
She's
we'll
a
do. But I
queen,
have to
baby.
talk about this right quick. One moment. Google, because I looked it up, but I think I exited out of it. Oh, one moment. Washington State. There we go. Single payer health care. Okay. So they want to fund what's known as the Washington Health Trust. All right. And they are currently waiting on necessary federal waivers and ongoing assessments from the Universal Health Care Commission to build a unified financing system. Oh, cool. All right. So the bill is Senate Bill 5233, and that's in Washington State, and House Bill 1445. Again, this is Washington State. This is not federally. All right. So there's that. Hey, this person has really bad English. I'm going to hope that English is your second language. They said, why are you still not?
Yeah, I'm replying to him now. I don't know, but I'm about to shut you up.
Magic is magic.
I love magic. It's so fun. Oh, his
You're not
profile
singing the
picture's
right
crazy.
song.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Hold on.
It's not the right song.
Okay.
It's like, it's
Anyway.
magic, you know.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
I won't
oh.
tell Erica. I won't, don't worry. Shh. It's our secret.
What? What happened?
It's in the chat. Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat.
Huh?
Don't
What
look at the
happened?
chat. I
Huh?
can't tell you it's a secret.
What are you talking about?
I can't tell you it's a secret.
Whatever. Run with the
You guys, we
niggas.
are
Do
so
you
close to
wanna know
500K. Can you guys
if
tap,
it
tap,
was
tap?
alright?
Because I'm about to be out.
Me too. Shit. I
All
won.
right.
I'm the champion. That's all that matters here. Who's live? Did Liv go? We seen Liv a raid yesterday. I don't like seeing too many people
He
live.
said in the chat he was going live.
Swan is live too, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can't see who's live right now. So, oh, Fox News fired Jesse Waters. Oh,
What? What'd he do?
that's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, I hope Washington State passes a single payer system. That'd be pretty fucking cool to see how that'll work out.
That'd be interesting. That's
Yeah,
for
it'd be
sure.
very, very, very interesting. Jesse Waters fired. Let's see. Where'd you see that at, Shauna?
No, Papa Bill said in a chat. Oh, Hector said he made a rapey comment.
Okay.
I didn't see that, Papa Bill. I'm sorry.
I don't see him being fired. Is that on Twitter or something?
I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it. Hector said it's a rumor.
Yeah. It's just a rumor. Okay. We gotta start putting stuff like, hey, this is a rumor. I give up. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. All right. I'm hungry. I can tell by the way that I'm starting to engage in things that I need to go eat food. So I'm going to go do that. And what I want
Yay,
you
no more
all to
gummy
do
bears.
is no gummy worms. I don't eat gummy bears. I eat
Okay,
sour
what's
gummy
the
worms.
difference? What's the difference?
Sour gummy worms taste better.
Okay, what if they weren't sour? And it was just
I don't like.
comparing
I just
gummy
wouldn't.
worms
I
to
wouldn't
gummy
eat. I
bears.
wouldn't eat gummy bears. That wouldn't taste good.
But
you don't know me. That's a song too. There's a song here.
You know what I
Also,
do know before
I
I
wrote
leave?
Hector a galaxy. What?
Oh, I'll take it for him.
No. No.
All I'm gonna do is just give it right back.
I know you got my super cracker. No. What's up? What do you know, Shauna? Because you about to say something. I know you.
I was gonna say something very peaceful before I leave.
What? What are you about to say?
I was gonna say that what I do know is that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Bye, love you
Pineapple
guys.
does
Thank you for the
belong on
gifts.
pizza. It's delicious. Thank you very much. I don't know why anyone would say such a thing. Pineapple, I used to think the same way that Shauna thinks, right? Pineapple does belong on pizza. It really does. Okay? All right. Just so I don't leave out here on a 0-1. I was gonna go look at friggin' Twitter to see about this whole Jesse Waters thing, and then I remembered that, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So there's that part. All right. I'm trying to find something because I lost a screen over here. Did I exit out of it by mistake? I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. With the I need to do the pop out chat. There we go. And go over here. Pizza is a fruit pie anyways. Add pineapple. Okay. Okay. Wesley. All right. Okay, guys. So here's what we're going to go do. I'm just going to put this back on the screen. All right. Okay. Hector's in the request. Oh, Hector and I are supposed to talk about Iran. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Hector, you're back in time. We have a request.
You
Trump
may have
or
missed it. Don't know.
liberties? Are you a
Hey,
Trump
how's it
supporter?
going?
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
For TikTok purposes, how old are you?
Me, I am 38.
38. Okay. All right. What do you think about the war in Iran?
Well, Iran is really not our war, it's Israel's war. But
But
if you go
American
look
soldiers are
at,
dying in it, though.
yeah, but they signed their life away for that. You know, if you go look at who really controls this country, such as BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard, you know, they all lobby money through the Senate and have ties back to Israel. So if Israel want protection, of course, boom, hindsight, they're gonna get it from Big Brother. And the battle is that Trump don't want to help Israel, but him and Netanyahu were like, well, the money been coming over here for over 100 years or 60 years or
The
since
hell
the
are you
40s.
talking about? What are
Well,
you
I
talking
just throwed a
about?
high number. I'm talking about the war with Iran.
What are you
And you
talking
said they
about, though? You're talking about
soldiers,
funding for
soldiers.
Israel, but you said this is
Correct.
Israel's war, but we have American soldiers, all right, who are actually dying.
All
We
right,
have the
so
American
all right,
public paying the
Israel,
price for it. So what I'm trying to
correct.
okay, so I'll be more succinct. Okay, a more concise question for you, all right? Is this, all right, is do you support the war in Iran? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Okay, you don't support the war in Iran. All right. But you're still supporting Trump, right?
Correct.
Okay, so why are you still supporting Trump?
I mean, that's the only last line of defense to stand up for the American people.
Stand up for the American people for what? What do the American people need standing up for?
I mean, hell, we've been getting robbed for the past since FDR
Robbed by who?
by our own government.
And do you think that Donald Trump isn't robbing the American people?
I mean, but
What the
when Donald
fudge?
Trump bought in, when Donald Trump bought in Doge, you got a chance to see
No.
where our taxpayer dollars really been going to. You know,
No, that's not true. Not true at all. No.
you don't
Doge is
think
actually
so?
going to cost the American people more money than it actually supposedly saved. All right. It saved about $2 billion. Those saved absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things.
But what other president has done it though to
What do you mean?
expose the hand?
We have the Government Accountability Office. We have inspector generals, all right, who actually investigate these matters. So there's that part, all right,
Man,
and they've
these are
done a pretty
people,
good job.
and they all have ties back to Israel.
I'm
Basically
so
this
so sorry.
country
Did
has
you
been
just
given
come
up.
up here to do the whole Israel bad thing? Because we already know that, and I'm asking you why you support Trump because Trump ain't exposed nothing. Who has been charged? Who's been charged for anything in relation to what Doge supposedly found?
What is that? What's that little foundation that they had? SID, Nancy Pelosi, all of them been stealing.
You know what? I don't have to talk to stupid people. All right, I don't have to talk to stupid people. Okay, guys, you know what? That was my cue. That was my cue to get the hell out of here. Go raid live, drop some hearts in the chat. All right, drop some hearts in the chat. because you talking about the government stealing money, yet you don't have any smoke for Donald Trump cutting federal programs that Americans pay tax money to, our tax money funds these darn on federal welfare programs. All right. It is taxpayers who are using SNAP and Medicaid. All right. And also Medicare. It's taxpayers who are using those services, right? Using those benefits, I should say. All right, but Donald Trump stole $900 billion from the American taxpayers so he could give himself and his friggin' rich ass friends in these corporations a tax cut. Be so fucking for real. You guys cannot be that obtuse. All right? That type of cognitive dissonance cannot be real, y'all. I'm sorry. No. Nope. All right. Also, Wesley, thank you for the 5. Wesley sent a $5 super chat and said, pizza is a fruit pie. It has a crust filled with tomatoes, a fruit. The top crust is replaced with cheese, but that's what makes it interesting. Okay, Wesley. But what about the cheese and the meat also? Okay, thank you, Wesley. I appreciate you, friend. Draw some hearts in the chat for Wesley, y'all. That is so funny. Also, Hector said that I might have missed a dono, so I'll try to see if I can find it before we get out of here. Let me see if anyone sent anything to the old PayPal. Nope. Okay. All right, I read that one. Doop, doop, doop. Okay. I'm checking, guys. I'm sorry. I read that one. There, that one. Yeah. I read all of them. Oh, wait. Did I read that one? Shoot. I'm sorry, guys. It's just this way. I hate the way that they do these things now because you can't see any darn going thing. It sucks. Oh, okay. I missed this one here. Ashley, thank you for the $1. Ashley said, as a trans man, I was only suicidal when I didn't know I was trans. Now that I know and my loved ones accept me, it's great. I feel like I read that one, but shout out to you, Ashley. Shout out to you, friend. All right. Oh yeah, and Hector's gone now. But the war in Iran, all right, Donald Trump's a fucking liar. I'll talk about that one. Donald Trump's a liar because Donald Trump has said over 30 times that the war in Iran is over. That's what he said. Over 30 times that it's over, is near an end, so on and so forth, blah, 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 la, 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 la. The nigga is a liar. Okay. And it baffles my brain that his supporters keep believing the lies. Why the fuck do you keep believing him? How many times, all right, does he have to lie to you in order for you to actually get that he's a fucking liar? You know what I mean? Hi, Sim Harlove. How many times? How many times? Does it have to be 55 times? Maybe 30,000 times. Maybe 30,000 is good. Or 31,000. Who the fuck knows? The dude's just a liar. Also, another thing is that we've had 17 U.S. service members have died in Iran. All right. And what's happening is we're starting to see that this shit, all right, cost human lives. Even if they don't have boots on the ground, as they like to say, boots on the ground, American soldiers are still dying. Okay. American soldiers are still dying. Also, with recent reports coming out that Hegseth, all right, and the top brass knew that they were working off of old intelligence, outdated information, and they still decided to bomb that school in Manab. That's an issue. That's a fucking issue. Our gas prices have hit $4 again. I just want you all to know that. The price at the pump has hit $4. The Brent crude is over $90 once again. Only expected to go up as the fucking war continues on. What is the benefit of this? There's no benefit here. Right? And at this point, y'all, it's not for me to, it's not for me, it's not for you, it's not for any of us to try to understand why they think the way that they think, why they believe Donald Trump's lies. If we have destroyed their Air Force, if their Navy is at the bottom of the sea, they no longer have a radar system, okay? If they don't have a fucking military, how is it that they are still striking American bases and our allies with drones? How? How are they still dropping boom booms? How? I've heard Athena talk about this strait, this waterway here. So they say that the Bab Mandeb Strait is closed now to Saudi Arabia. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, also the United States is hitting infrastructure because we bombed in a village. We bombed their desalination plants. And so there are multiple villages throughout Iran and southern Iran who do not have access to clean water. Who don't have access to water, period, because we bombed them. So there's that. You know, that's not a war crime. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I honestly think I heard the stupidest thing today from a Trump supporter. And it was just so stupid that I was like, this is what he said. He said that Trump should have just listened to Netanyahu at first and just decimated Iran. And we wouldn't be in this situation. Now he's going to have to go harder and do more. In my brain, I was like, what the fuck is harder than decimation? You heard that too, Gooch? See, Gooch knows that I'm not lying. All right. You know exactly who said it too, Gucci. All right. And I was like, what's worse than decimation? What the fuck are we doing? Like, what? Hey, what is the outcome that you're looking for? Right? Iran was not a threat to the United States of America. That's the main thing I think people got to understand. Iran was not a threat. They don't have the capabilities to reach the United States of America. All right. And Donald Trump just has you all living in a world of perpetual fear. Okay. He has turned you all into people who are riddled with paranoia. That's it. Just people who live with paranoia. Like, you live on edge. Y'all are afraid of every fucking thing. Y'all are afraid of y'all shadows. All right. You're afraid of your shadows. Eventually, I think it's going to come to a point to where Trump can even convince you to be afraid of the things that you claim to have loved about him. Watch. Y'all say that y'all love Trump because he's such a good Christian. You know damn well he's not a Christian, but why should he have y'all turn against religion? Just you wait. Keep thinking it's a game. Keep thinking it's a game. Y'all need to be strong in who y'all are and your fucking identity. It's kind of sad that you're not. But anywho, thank you for the 500,000 taps. I appreciate you all so very much. All right, it is definitely time for me to eat. I gotta eat, and I also have to be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So that's why we came on early tonight. And yeah. And I defeated all the Trump supporters. So we go me. Did you hear my elbow crack? When your joints don't work like they used to before. All right. Okay. Give me my theme music. There we go. All right, guys, go say hi to my friend Live to be great. All right. Also, if you go say hi to Swan, make sure you drop some hearts in the chat and do all of the good things for Swan. We're sending a raid to Live because I told him I would. I didn't know Swan was live. But if you see Swan out there, make sure you say hi to my friend for me. All right. She's another woman with a microphone. Okay. With that being said, y'all, I want to thank you all so very much for joining me here today. Thank you to everyone who tapped the screen, who shared the live, who reposted, who sent a gift, who sent a dono. All right, who endured one of the most awful fucking conversations ever with that bigot. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all, but thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Someone in the chat over here on TikTok said, who cares about you? Obviously you do, because you've been begging to get on my panel. Well, guess what? Try another day, bitch. Anywho, with that being said, y'all, with that being said, thank you all so very much for hanging out. Shout out to my tubers. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, who left a comment, who liked the stream. I appreciate you all so very much. All right. And with that said, I leave you with this as I always do, y'all. All right. If you can't do something kind for yourselves, please go do something kind for somebody else. I love y'all. I really do. Go say hi to Liv, say hi to Swan, draw some hearts, do all of the good things, y'all. And with that, deuces out. Bye. All right. Tubers, it's not a lot of you left, so I do want to have a moment, just a quick moment. All right. I'm so serious. I am not dealing with the racists no more, y'all. I'm just not dealing with them. It's too toxic. It's not good for mental health. And also another thing, all right, I feel like it's aging me. Okay, so as soon as they start in with the racism, fuck them. All right? Fuck them. Fuck them. Because I don't like in this country how racists are protected. If you want to call into a public platform and you want to be racist and you think that there shouldn't be any retaliation against you because you're racist, as if you just didn't cause harm to people and you get away with that, all right, think the fuck again. My platform is not the space for you. So by all means, racists, do not call into my platform. Don't do it. All right? And the low number of YouTube's calls will tell me all that I need to know is that you people do not have the ability to not be racist. That's all that there is to it. Because the Trump platform, all he has done, all right, is light a fire under y'all asses. That's it. All right, I'm here to extinguish it, bitch. So with that being said, I love you, tubers. I don't have anywhere to send you, but I do hope that you have a great day. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all be easy. Do all the good things. Deuces.